Chapter 31:15. The temporal temple wasn't big. The news spread very quickly. Very soon, the elders and geniuses of the temporal temple received the news. Saint Lord Lin Fei is too shameless. He actually went to the arena and killed more than 10 experts with each punch. There are more than 20 now. All of them with one punch. This is too much. He doesn't even put the experts of the temporal temple in his eyes. The experts of the temporal temple all rushed to the arena. For a moment, the arena was packed with people. Another one lost. That's an elder of the Sure cohort. I didn't expect him to be defeated so thoroughly. What the hell? Below the arena, the elders and geniuses had gathered. To the experts of the temporal temple, Lin Fei was provoking them. On the arena, Lin Fei stood with his hands behind his back. Can't even withstand a single blow. Is this your strength? This was the 30th expert Lin Fei had defeated. The disciples below glared at him. No one dared to go up for the time being. 7 or 8 deacon elders had been easily killed. Brother Lin really knows how to cause trouble. Invincible Jean also came after hearing the news. Is he planning to take revenge on great sovereign Kongjiao? 1 punch per person, he's indeed fierce. That's Lin Fei. The arena was very big. The disciples of the temporal temple glared at him. A group of people stood not far away and looked at Lin Fei. Yes, it's him. Great sovereign vast sky suppressed his anger and said in a low voice, "This kid is too evil. I dare say that he did it on purpose. He calculated that the temporal temple wouldn't dare to attack him. His fleshly body is indeed strong. He's only a step away from becoming a hierarch." Beside great sovereign vast sky was a middle-aged man with a white beard. No wonder he dared to touch our heavenly feather clan. Ancestor, should we take action? Great sovereign vast sky was now filled with fear towards Lin Fei. No rush. He's so arrogant. The experts of the temporal temple will take action soon. The middle-aged man said calmly, "Senior Brother Kong, when is here?" Many people turned around. Supreme Paragon Kongwen had arrived. When he saw Lin Fei in the arena again, killing intent flashed across Supreme Venerable Kongwen's face. As the #1 genius, he had lost all his face in the Sacred Body Mountain tribe, and it was all because of that **starred Lin Fei. Fellow Taoist Kongwen, we meet again. After not seeing you for several hundred years, your aura has grown even stronger. Do you want to come up and spar with me? Lin Fei said with a smile. Over the past few hundred years, Grand Monarch Kongwen's strength had improved a lot. But when he fought against Lin Fei, he instantly lost all his confidence. The other party's plundering technique was way too scary, and it was impossible to defend against it. Sacred Lord Lin, aren't you bullying the weak? Who doesn't know that you're invincible in close combat? Especially that plunder technique. Who could possibly withstand it? Supreme Sovereign Kongwen didn't dare to act rashly. Did I? Lin Fei said with a straight face. It's clearly your people who aren't good enough. Why don't you come up here? This sacred lord won't use the plunder technique against you. Supreme Sovereign Kongwen didn't believe Lin Fei's words. He had fallen for Lin Fei's trap during the previous celebration. Not to mention how sullen he was. He had never forgotten about it. Sacred Lord Lin, the one who came to spar with you this time isn't me. It's my senior brother of the Sure cohort. Supreme Sovereign Kongwen gave up his position. Even the senior brother of the Sure cohort is here. This time, Lin Fei is going to lose. In the temporal temple, the experts of the Sure cohort have always been much stronger than the experts of the Kong cohort. The power of time isn't just for show. The power of space was terrifying, but compared to the power of time, it was on a completely different level. That seems to be Sure Wudi. It can't be, right? Why is he here? Back then, this person used the power of time to sweep away a large number of experts. Later on, he changed his name to Sure Wudi. Sherwoodi was a member of the Temporal Temple's upper echelon. The moment he arrived, everyone became excited. After all, he was a true expert of the Temporal Temple. "I've heard of you. You beat up someone from our Temporal Temple. Yet you still dare to stand here. Your guts are bigger than an ordinary person's." Sherwoodi had the appearance of a middle-aged man, and his body exuded an aura of vicissitudes. This was something that could only appear when one had a deep grasp of the power of time. Sherwoodi mainly cultivated the power of time, and he wasn't someone that ordinary experts who cultivated both the power of time and space could compare to. Lin Fei glanced at him. "Finally, a pretty good expert." Sherwoodi snorted coldly. "You'll know how powerful I am in a bit." The moment Sherwoodi, this upper echelon, came up, everyone paid close attention to him. Many people wanted to know if Sherwoodi could force Lin Fei to use his full strength. If he could kill him on the spot, the Temporal Temple would be able to hold its head high. In a place like the dueling platform, no matter who came up, no one could say anything if they lived or died. Here, one could either stop when the time was right or die. The Temporal Temple's geniuses were getting stronger with each generation, and the dueling platform was very useful. Wait, Sherwoodi made his move. With a wave of his hand, the time on the stage began to slow down. The upper echelon of the Temporal Temple is indeed powerful. Ordinary people wouldn't be able to withstand the power of time. Invincible Jean looked at the stage. "I wonder how Brother Lin will deal with this. Elder Shi is mighty and domineering. The power of time is truly terrifying." On the stage, the disciples of the Temporal Temple could feel traces of the power of time. Time like rain. Sherwoodi knew how powerful Lin Fei was, so he didn't dare to hold back. This move slowed down time. With another wave of his hand, the power of time turned into droplets of rain that kept falling down. Any kind of defense seemed extremely weak in the face of this power of time. This guy has some skill. The moment the power of time landed on his body, his movements slowed down. Whether it was breathing or raising his hand, he felt a huge pressure. "It's a pity that my great completion-proud heaven can easily withstand this power of time." Lin Fei's heart stirred. He could break it at any time. This move, time like rain, could be considered powerful. Proud heaven's body protection couldn't stop Sherwoodi's attack from landing on his body. Every time a droplet of time landed on his body, his life energy would dissipate at a speed visible to the naked eye. Hua, hua, hua. His life energy disappeared like water. This move is the real killer move. With this speed of life energy consumption, anyone would be finished. "Sacred Lord Lin, how does my move taste?" Sherwoodi didn't dare to get close. His opponent's plundering technique wasn't something to be trifled with. Lin Fei nodded. "It's very extraordinary, and it's very uncomfortable. However, if that's all, you can scram now. You're quite arrogant." Sherwoodi activated the power of time, which could instantly consume his opponent's life energy. Without life support, how could an expert be considered an expert? Whether it's arrogant or not, you'll know soon enough. Hua! Without any warning, Lin Fei disappeared. Under the influence of the power of time, Lin Fei still disappeared. Sherwoodi's power of time lost its target, and his opponent really disappeared. Chapter 30:116. There was a sudden silence around the ring. Although everyone knew that Lin Fei was known to be invincible in close combat, most people thought it was just an exaggeration. So what if the plunder technique was powerful? Could he steal all of Sherwoodi's life energy? It was absolutely impossible. Time could lock everything. That was a well-known fact. Experts who practiced the time sect had always been much stronger than those who practiced the space sect. The higher the level, the greater the gap. Although Sherwoodi was not an ultimate god expert, he was still invincible against a first-class ultimate god. Unfortunately, they would never know that Lin Fei's plunder technique was not a technique, but a powerful invincible technique that could absorb life energy like a flood. I heard this plunder technique is called invincible devouring. It's really as domineering as the name suggests. It's too domineering. I thought it was just a rumor. Elder Sherwoodie's time can't lock his life energy. Doesn't that mean that Lin Fei is really invincible in close combat? Who else can deal with Lin Fei? The experts from the Temporal Temple were completely terrified. Even an expert like Sherwoodie could not withstand the plunder technique. Could it be that only ultimate gods could take down Lin Fei? That was a big blow. Those great venerables who were infinitely close to becoming ultimate gods were all uneasy. How could they deal with such an enemy? Thank you, Elder Sherwoodie, for your contribution. I wonder who else wants to spar with me? Feel free to come up and I'll fulfill your wish. Lin Fei smiled. Shameless. Too shameless. He's just relying on the invincible devouring technique. Don't use it if you dare. I really hope there's an ultimate god who can deal with him. The Temporal Temple disciples glared at him. It was a pity that their murderous eyes could not kill Lin Fei. Supreme Venerable Kong when stared at Lin Fei. Invincible devouring. Is this the horror of the invincible devouring technique? Even Elder Sherwoodie can't resist it. This was a huge blow to Supreme Venerable Kongwin. He had thought that Elder Sherwoodie was using his powerful time power to resist the invincible devouring art. But now it seemed that this art was even more terrifying than he had imagined. Do we really need the Supreme Divinity to help us? Supreme Venerable Kongwin felt a sense of powerlessness. Lin Fei spread the word. None of the peak great monarchs dared to come up. It was the same for a half-step ultimate god. Everyone was well aware of Elder Sherwoodie's strength. If even an elder couldn't do it, then what could they do? They would just be giving away life energy for free. The scene became very awkward for a moment. Is there no one? Lin Fei shook his head. That's really disappointing. This sacred master was still preparing to experience the moves of the Temporal Temple's experts. In the end, no one came up. Lin Fei came down from the stage. Fellow Taoist Kongwin, you don't look well. Do you want to spar with me? Lin Fei looked at Supreme Venerable Kongwin with a smile. Supreme Venerable Kongwin left with a dark expression. He didn't say a word. How boring. Failure is the mother of success. You're a little timid. Lin Fei laughed behind Supreme Venerable Kongwin. Bear with it. You must bear with it. Supreme Venerable Kongwin suppressed his anger. This guy is doing this on purpose. He wants me to fight so that he can suck my life energy dry. He's too shameless. Sacred Master Lin, I really admire your courage. Jean Bubao came over. Hee, I've always been very courageous. See, the Temporal Temple is pretty good. Lin Fei smiled. Jean Bubao gave him a thumbs up. Just as Lin Fei and Jean Bubao were about to go out, a group of people blocked Lin Fei's way. Among this group was an old acquaintance. It was Supreme Venerable Kongwen's brother, Supreme Venerable Heaven Vast. Old friend, you look good. You look better than Supreme Venerable Kongwen. Lin Fei smiled. Supreme Venerable Heaven Vast did not want to make friends with people like Lin Fei. As a member of the Heavenly Feather Clan, he had been defeated by Lin Fei several times. It was a humiliation that he would never forget for the rest of his life. Sacred Master Lin, it's not me who wants to see you today. It's one of our Heavenly Feather Clan's ancestors. Supreme Venerable Heaven Vast did not want to talk to Lin Fei. Sacred Master Lin, I've heard a lot about you. A pale-faced, middle-aged man behind Supreme Venerable Heaven Vast looked at Lin Fei with a sharp gaze. So it's an ultimate god. Lin Fei suddenly laughed. Are you going to bully the weak? Let's find a place and have a spar. I've heard a lot about any ultimate god. The pale-faced, middle-aged ultimate god laughed. You're indeed the Sacred Body Mountain's Sacred Master. No one has ever dared to talk to me like that. You're really brave. I wonder if you're interested in having a spar with us. Lin Fei shook his head. Forget it. I'm too full. I need to go back and digest some food. Let's do it another day. I'm sure Ultimate God won't mind. Let's do it another day then. Sacred Master Lin, do you know who that is? Invincible Jean and Lin Fei walked side by side. I don't know. He's an ultimate god from the Heavenly Feather Clan. His name is Ultimate God Tianqian. Invincible Jean said this ultimate god was a first-class ultimate god a long time ago. I'm afraid he's a peak first-class ultimate god now. Anyway, he won't dare to make a move here. Lin Fei laughed. You. Invincible Jean did not know what to say. The news of Lin Fei killing more than 30 experts in the arena spread like wildfire within the space-time temple, especially since Elder Sherwoodi had also been killed. One face-to-face. Temple Master, look here. The scene in the arena was replayed in the meeting hall. It was the scene where Lin Fei and Sherwoodi fought. Elder Sherwoodi, whose avatar was killed by Lin Fei, was also looking at the scene with a sullen face. Did he use some kind of treasure? Could it be a spatial treasure? But what kind of spatial treasure can avoid Elder Sher's search? Sherwoodi still did not understand how Jian Wushuang made that move. He was completely defenseless and was sucked dry in just one move. There's no doubt that Lin Fei has a powerful spatial treasure with him. It's at least a first-class ultimate god's treasure, the space-time temple master explained. Elder Sher, your time power has been cultivated to a very high level. Why couldn't you block Lin Fei's invincible devouring? The space-time temple master asked what everyone wanted to know. It was the first time Sherwoodi suffered such a big loss from a junior. His technique of plundering is very scary. How should I put it? My time power can affect my body and make me as stable as Mount Tai. However, Lin Fei's technique is like a ferocious beast that tore me apart without any resistance. If Sherwoodi knew that Jian Wushuang's technique was so overbearing, he would not have fought him. His heart was bleeding after losing an avatar. So, no one below the ultimate god realm can withstand Lin Fei's technique? Chapter 31:17. Ever since that day on the arena, Lin Fei would go to the arena from time to time. Whenever a disciple of the temporal temple went up, he would go up and beat them down. This happened every day until no one dared to go up anymore. Since no one went up to the arena, Lin Fei went to another place. After all, there were many interesting places in the temporal temple. For example, the place where they researched on arrays. For example, the place where they refined weapons. For example, Lin Fei's figure could be seen everywhere. At first, those people didn't care too much about Lin Fei. But after Lin Fei displayed his terrifying power, they were all speechless. They were slapped in the face again and again. He did it on purpose. He definitely did it on purpose. He wants us to attack him. He's too shameless. Lin Fei had become an existence that everyone wanted to kill. In view of Lin Fei's terrifying strength, everyone glared angrily at him. No one dared to attack him. The higher-ups of the temporal temple remained silent about this situation. They only gave an order that no one was allowed to find trouble with Lin Fei. Otherwise, they would die in vain. As such, the disciples of the temporal temple became even more sullen. Boring, truly boring. Lin Fei was planning to find trouble with the disciples of the temporal temple, but all of them avoided him. This caused him to lose his interest. The higher-ups are probably trying to crack my plunder technique. Lin Fei laughed in his heart. Lin Fei had used the space transformation bracelet in the arena to show them one thing. He wanted to let them know that within a short distance, he would kill without mercy. Lin Fei didn't believe that they could create an anti-plunder treasure. A month passed in the blink of an eye. Lin Fei stayed in the temporal temple for a month. The Alliance Conference will begin in 3 days. I'm really looking forward to it. Lin Fei really wanted to see what they were planning to do. Sacred Master Lin, you're in trouble. During this month, when Lin Fei was free, he would drink with Jean Bubao. Their relationship was built up very quickly. Both of them were straightforward people, and they got along very well. Trouble? Lin Fei was surprised. Could it be the Temporal Temple? You'll know when you come out, Invincible Gold said. Outside the space-time pagoda, Lin Fei saw a large golden ship slowly approaching from afar. From afar, this golden ship looked extremely domineering. Someone from the Temporal Temple actually went to welcome them. It seems to be that Elder Kong Jiu. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. What's the origin of that golden worship? It doesn't seem simple. Of course not. There are power under Black Domain Mountain. I forgot to mention that among the subsidiary powers that Blackfield Mountain has gathered, there are a total of 5 that are their right and left arms. The golden worship we see right now is one of them. Blackfield Mountain's White Tiger Hall. Invincible Gold said. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. This doesn't seem to have anything to do with me. Invincible Gold shook his head. I've asked around. The time-space pagoda you're staying in has always been empty. In fact, it's the Temporal Temple that's keeping it empty. That Elder Kong Jiu schemed against you. The people of Blackfield Mountain's White Tiger Hall are extremely tyrannical. Do you understand now? Interesting, Jean Buhuai said. Don't tell me you want to fight against the people of Blackfield Mountain's White Tiger Hall. Why not? Elder Kong Jiu, long time no see. The entire body of the golden worship was golden in color, shining with a golden radiance. On the deck of the worship stood a tall and burly figure. The most shocking thing was that this burly man had the head of a tiger and the body of a human. Everyone in the White Tiger Hall was a white tiger of a different race. The White Tiger race was innately cruel and brutal. The golden worship was filled with white tiger outsiders. Even Grand Monarch Kong Jiu couldn't help but take a deep breath when he sensed their ferocious auras. Lord Bai, you're getting more and more tyrannical. Grand Monarch Kong Jiu complimented. The Temporal Temple was very powerful, but compared to Blackfield Mountain, it was still lacking. This seat likes to hear this. If our white tiger race isn't tyrannical, when can we be? Ha ha ha. The White Tiger man laughed. Therefore, this seat has brought the experts of the White Tiger Hall here. As one of the 5 halls under Blackfield Mountain, the White Tiger Hall was very powerful and famous in the Blackfield. Grand Monarch Kong Jiu didn't know that a powerful hall like the White Tiger Hall had come from Blackfield Mountain. Lin Fei, you're in big trouble this time. Saint Master, we've found out that the newcomers are from Blackfield Mountain's White Tiger Hall. They're extremely powerful, the 3rd ancestor reported to Lin Fei. White Tiger race. Lin Fei was really interested to meet them. The Temporal Temple has also started to collude with the powers of Blackfield. This is getting more and more interesting. Lin Fei really admired the Temporal Temple's methods. Blackfield Mountain was one of the 5 top powers, and its influence in Blackfield was even greater than that of the Temporal Temple. Saint Master, we've also heard that the White Tiger race is very bloodthirsty. The Temporal Temple invited them here to target us. The 3rd ancestor added. Lin Fei said indifferently, if our Saint Body Mountain wants to rise, we can't be separated from these powers. Lord Bai, I'm really sorry about this. Grand Monarch Kong Jiu said apologetically. Since when did the Saint Spirit World have such a powerful person who dares to occupy our White Tiger Hall's territory? The strong White Tiger man said with a sinister expression. Don't worry, we won't blame you for this. The White Tiger race of the White Tiger Hall had been arrogant and despotic ever since they became part of Blackfield Mountain. They were famous in Blackfield Mountain. Bring us there. I want to see who has the guts to do this. Outside of Blackfield, the strong White Tiger man was not afraid of the outside powers. At most, he was afraid of the Temporal Temple. After all, Space and time were not easy to deal with. As for the others, they were not worth mentioning in his eyes. Actually, it's not any big power. It's the people from Saint Body Mountain. Grand Monarch Kong, Joe revealed. What? It's those lunatics from Saint Body Mountain. The strong, white tiger man's expression became even more sinister. Good. I didn't go to them, but they attacked first. Grand Monarch Kong Jiu knew that the White Tiger Hall had a deep conflict with Saint Body Mountain in the past. Who came from Saint Body Mountain? The strong White Tiger man asked. This generation's new Saint Master, a young man named Lin Fei. Ha ha ha. Good, Saint Master, I like him. Back then, they killed the upper echelon of our White Tiger race. Today, I'll kill one of their Saint Masters, ha ha ha. The strong White Tiger man led his subordinates out. Grand Monarch Kong, Jiu, personally led the way. The Palace Master is still the best. No matter how gutsy Lin Fei is, he probably won't dare to become an enemy of Blackfield Mountain. Even the White Tiger Hall would be enough to make Lin Fei suffer. It would be best if he could be seriously injured. Chapter 3118. They're here. On a time-space pagoda, the massacre sect leader laughed with a gloating expression. As long as Lin Fei was unlucky, he would be happy. Blackfield Mountains, White Tiger Hall, those lunatics from the White Tiger race. I didn't expect it to be them. Lin Fei has a rival now. I wonder who's stronger. The experts on the nearby time-space pagodas all noticed these people. When they realized that they were from Blackfield Mountain's White Tiger Hall, their expressions changed. The Temporal Temple is so capable. They can even invite people from Blackfield Mountain's White Tiger Hall. They're indirectly showing us that the alliance meeting isn't that simple. That sacred leader Lin Fei is in trouble. Blackfield Mountain's White Tiger Hall is an extremely powerful hall. Many experts recognized them, and their expressions changed. Although there was no news about the Black Domain in the Saint Spirit world, everyone in the upper circle was very concerned. They couldn't afford to offend such a force. Someone once said that the forces outside the Saint Spirit world were actually playing house and weren't worth watching. Until now, the forces in the Black Domain still look down on the Saint Spirit world's top 3 forces. They're here, they're here. The White Tiger Race man led a group of White Tiger Race members over aggressively. Wherever that murderous aura passed, everyone felt a sense of oppression and suffocation. Patriarchs, they're here. The 3 patriarchs' expressions turned serious. That unruly aura rushed over. Just as the rumors said, the White Tiger Race members could innately give people a sense of oppression. That reckless thing. How dare you occupy my time-space pagoda? Get out now. The rumbling sound formed a huge shock wave that hit the time-space pagoda one after another. The array formation was activated and ripples appeared. The surrounding experts coughed up blood from the impact of this sound. Their bodies wobbled and many of them fell to the ground, their faces pale. What a terrifying White Tiger race. Their combat power is so high. Just the sound alone is unbearable. The array formation of the time-space pagoda has been activated. It's indeed terrifying. The White Tiger race lives up to their reputation. Even through the formation of the Tower of Time and Space, the 3 patriarchs could feel the murderous aura in the voice. What a terrifying sound. It's like I'm facing a white tiger. The sacred beast really lives up to its name. Very powerful. Lin Fei squinted his eyes as he felt the strength of the White Tiger alien race. He then took a deep breath. Such rich life energy. It's not at the ultimate god level, but at the ultimate god level. Lin Fei's eyes also lit up at the sight of the white tigers. Lin Fei knew very well what kind of life force a godly venerable rank expert possessed. However, these white tigers were equivalent to great tonics in Lin Fei's eyes. I have no choice but to do it. Get out here. The rumbling sounds did not stop. One after another, Huge white tigers were formed in midair. They roared and pounded on the Tower of Time and Space. The weaker Empyrean gods all fled. No one could withstand this kind of attack. Venerable Kong, Jiao also came. They're here. Let's see what you can do. The white tiger alien race's domineering nature was well known in the Black Domain. Almost no one dared to offend the White Tiger clan. Coward! Is this how the sacred lord of the Sacred Body Mountain behaves? The strong white tiger laughed mockingly. What a big tiger head. Interesting, really interesting. Are you really the hybrid descendants of sacred beasts? The space-time tower's formation suddenly disappeared. Lin Fei, who was dressed in black, appeared in front of everyone. The strong white tiger was furious. You're courting death. His eyes flashed coldly. One after another, ferocious white tigers roared and charged. Golden spear killing aura. Dozens of golden streamers appeared in front of Lin Fei. Each golden streamer was a first-class ultimate god. They killed whoever they saw, and all of them landed on Lin Fei's body. Proud Heaven's barrier blocked them. Are you angry? Looks like you really are the hybrid descendants of sacred beasts. Ha ha ha. Lin Fei could not stop laughing. The strong tiger-headed man became ferocious. Die! Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. The strong white tiger turned into a ray of white light and launched dozens of domineering attacks. Each attack was more powerful than the previous one. Lin Fei remained unfazed, activating his proud heaven's body protection. He blocked the attacks one after another. You're quite fast, but your attack power is too weak. Not enough, really not enough. The strong tiger-headed man was not an ultimate god, but his strength was no less than a first-class ultimate god. Tiger roar. Boom, boom, boom. A terrifying sound erupted from the white light, and a huge white tiger could be vaguely seen. The void collapsed. Tiger scare. A white tiger flashed by. Tiger swallow. A huge white tiger shadow appeared in the sky. Its huge body opened its mouth and inhaled. Everything was instantly sucked in. The white tiger alien races triple slash. The ancestor next to the massacre sect leader said faintly, "It really lives up to its reputation." Even a first-class ultimate god would suffer a great loss under the 3 consecutive moves. The last move is the most terrifying as it can refine anything. That's right. The massacre sect leader was also shocked. The white tiger alien race's triple slash was indeed different. It was one move after another and did not give one a chance to breathe. Is that bastard Lin Fei going to be refined? It's highly possible. The ancestor said the white tiger alien race's tiger swallow is very domineering. It's not any weaker than Lin Fei's plunder technique. The space-time temple is really good. Destroying one of Lin Fei's doppelgangers is enough to make Lin Fei vomit blood. Ha ha ha. So that's how the white tiger's triple slash works. Amazing. Really amazing. Lin Fei is finished. He's been swallowed and will soon be refined. The heavenly gods on the space-time pagoda were gloating. Finally, there was an expert who could suppress Lin Fei. Lin Fei couldn't withstand the white tiger's triple slash and was directly swallowed. This was beyond everyone's expectations. The 3 ancestors in the space-time pagoda were shocked. Under the white tiger's triple slash, they felt like they were in a turbulent sea. The aura alone could drown them at any time. Saint Lord. The 3 ancestors turned pale with fright when they saw Saint Lord Lin Fei being swallowed. Did the White Tiger Hall's experts have to be so ferocious? The White Tiger warrior returned to his original state and proudly patted his belly. Humph, humph, you reckless thing. Even a sacred lord with a sacred body didn't dare to be my enemy, let alone a sacred lord like you. The White Tiger warrior smiled proudly. You guys go and kill those 3 old things. The Sacred Body Mountain, go to hell. The Sacred Body Mountain's physique tempering school was very powerful in the past. At this point, no one would be afraid, and no one would be fearful anymore. The Sacred Body Mountain had lost its deterrent power. The White Tiger Warrior naturally didn't care. The moment he gave the order, the dozen or so ferocious white tigers behind him glared at him. Golden halberd chi rippled and cut the surrounding void. Chapter 30, 119. What are you talking about? Kill them. The White Tiger Warrior glared. Kill everyone from the Sacred Body Mountain. Don't leave a single one alive. If they dare to be my enemy, kill without mercy. In the Saint Spirit World Space-Time Temple, the White Tiger Warrior did not really care about the Sacred Body Mountain. So what if they had a sacred lord? They had still been killed by him. The White Tiger's triple slash would result in the same outcome regardless of whether they were sacred lords or religious leaders. The three ancestors kept telling themselves to remain calm. Sacred Lord Lin will definitely be fine. In their eyes, Sacred Lord Lin Fei was the most monstrous existence. Just his invincible devour had transformed the entire Sacred Body Mountain. Every body cultivator was fighting to learn the first level of the invincible devour. Even if the White Tiger race was powerful, they could forget about making Lin Fei suffer. He was the future leader of the Sacred Body Mountain. Sacred Lord Lin would definitely come out. Just as the White Tiger God was about to make his move, the White Tiger Warrior's expression changed. This seat is actually unable to refine this fellow. Not good. This seat's life force. Hua hua hua. The White Tiger Warrior roared angrily, but he was still unable to stop the loss of his life force. As a huge amount of life force was lost, the White Tiger Warrior was filled with vitality. He instantly became on the verge of death as he knelt on one knee in extreme pain. Did it feel good? Lin Fei's voice sounded out from within the White Tiger Warrior's body. His voice was so loud that everyone could hear it. How can you be fine? The White Tiger Warrior could not understand. Under the White Tiger's triple slash, anyone would be heavily injured and easily refined. However, the current situation was completely different. Just like that, the thick life force was completely plundered by the other party. Because this sacred lord is stronger than you, I'm asking if you felt good just now. If you don't answer, this seat will absorb the last lump of life force. Lin Fei's calm voice landed in the White Tiger Warrior's ears. You dare. The White Tiger Warrior raged. There's nothing to be afraid of. Under Lin Fei's control, the White Tiger Warrior's life force began to drain, bit by bit. Unless you're willing to give up this body. White Tiger wanted to curse out loud. Wait a moment, everything can be discussed. The White Tiger brawny man waved his hand and set up a soundproof array. It was extremely difficult for the White Tiger race to cultivate, and not a single White Tiger race member could be lost. There's nothing to discuss. Lin Fei laughed. I'm just asking if you feel good. Awesome. The White Tiger muscular man did not have the ability to refine the other party. The life and death of this body was in the hands of the other party. Do you feel aggrieved? No, I really didn't. The White Tiger man had it in his heart, but he didn't dare to say it out loud. I'm actually a very negotiable person. Seeing that you've contributed so much life energy, I can spare you from the death penalty. However, you have to help me do something. What do you think? White Tiger wanted to say, don't even think about it. Dream on. What do you want me to do? If you go too far, I'll just give up this body, but you'll become the mortal enemy of my White Tiger hull. Blackfield Mountain won't let you off either, the White Tiger brute said unyieldingly. Then I'll just suck you dry. His life energy started to flow out again. What is it? I agree. White Tiger surrendered again. Even though he had lost 90% of his life energy, as long as he could replenish it in time, it would be fine. An obedient child is my favorite, Lin Fei said with a smile. This sacred master doesn't really like that supreme exalt Kongjiu. Go and devour him. White Tiger Man laughed bitterly. I can't. Don't worry, you'll succeed. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. The life energy flowed back. White Tiger Man immediately recovered, and his face was no longer pale. Lord Bai, are you all right? Venerable Kongjio was elated when he saw Lin Fei being devoured. He wasn't surprised that Lord Bai ate Lin Fei. This was because the White Tiger race was born with this kind of magical power. Very few enemies were willing to offend them. Eating them, refining them while they were still alive, they were infamous. Venerable Kongjio wasn't happy for long when Lord Bai's face turned pale. He couldn't help but worry, thinking that Lin Fei was going to counterattack. It's fine. I'm just too full. The White Tiger burly man laughed. This is a very normal thing for our White Tiger race. Too full? Venerable Kongjio had a trace of suspicion. What did this have to do with being full? It was as if something had happened. Elder Kongjio, you're really daring. White Tiger Man suddenly roared. Tiger roar. Venerable Kongjio vomited blood. His mind went blank. At the same time, an illusory white tiger roared in his mind. This was the essence of the tiger roar. Venerable Kongjio was dumbfounded. Lord Bai, is there a mistake? Tiger roars echoed in his head as Great Venerate Kongjio explained. White Tiger Man didn't give Venerable Kongjio any chance. He used another tiger scare and the third tiger swallow. He opened his mouth and swallowed his opponent. Everything happened too fast. The disciples of the Temporal Temple were also dumbfounded. Lord Bai, what is the meaning of this? Great Paragon Kongwen stood up and tried his best to suppress his anger. Our Temporal Temple doesn't seem to have offended Lord Bai. The White Tiger muscular man sneered. I'm too full, so I'm grinding my teeth. Don't worry, I won't die. Behind him, Empyrean god White Tiger was rendered speechless. Since when did the White Tiger race need to grind their teeth by eating humans? Since these words came from Lord Bai, how could they say anything? Grinding teeth? Supreme Venerable Kongwen was so angry that he almost vomited blood. What? Are you doubting my words? The White Tiger burly man glared at him. Then I don't mind swallowing another one to grind my teeth. Supreme Sovereign Kongwen was very strong, but there was still a gap between him and the other party. Here you go. White Tiger suddenly frowned, opened his mouth, and spat out Great Venerable Kongjio, who was on the verge of death. It's too soft. It's not easy to grind my teeth. Why don't you do it? Supreme Monarch Kongwen shuddered. Elder Kongjio, are you all right? Supreme Venerable Kongwen stepped forward and helped Supreme Venerable Kongjio up. Lin Fei. The White Tiger burly man's body trembled and his face turned pale. Compared to before, he wasn't as weak as before. Elder Kongjio, are you calling this Holy Lord? Within the space-time pagoda, Lin Fei appeared with a beaming smile. You cheated. Supreme Venerable Kongjio glared at Lin Fei. Lin Fei had a blank look on his face. Elder Kongjio, are you mistaken? This Holy Lord has been in the space-time pagoda the entire time. Can someone tell this Holy Lord what exactly happened? Oh, right, you don't look too good. Being an elder of the Temporal Temple is really tiring. Supreme Venerable Kongjio took a deep breath. He knew that he would definitely suffer this loss. The person who had sucked his life force clean was definitely Lin Fei. Other than him, no one else could do such a thing. Chapter 3120. Venerable Kongjio wanted to scheme against Lin Fei, but in the end, he had to pay the price of his life force. In the end, he had to be carried back by Venerable Kongwen. That White Tiger gritted his teeth and left. Everyone was extremely afraid of Saint Body Mountain's Saint Leader Lin Fei. Without anyone noticing, Great Venerate Kongjio had suffered a great loss. Most importantly, he had no chance to blame Lin Fei for it. He had to suffer in silence, unable to complain. Too ruthless. He's invincible in close combat. That Lord White Tiger doesn't dare to use force anymore. We definitely can't find trouble with Lin Fei in the future. This guy is a tyrant. This time, everyone had witnessed it with their own eyes. Although they had left out a part in the middle, everyone could still fill in the blanks. This matter was done by Lin Fei. Following that, the Temporal Temple acted as if nothing had happened. The white race was also arranged to stay in another space-time pagoda. Lin Fei still went out to take a stroll every day. Find trouble? At least, no one dared to do so for now. Lin Fei's brutality had reached a point where everyone knew about it. The Alliance Conference finally began. Lin Fei had originally wanted to provoke the Temporal Temple, but all the elders had gone into hiding. It was really boring. Fortunately, the Alliance Conference had begun. This time, in order to fight against the Demon Country and Demon Palace, the three top forces, led by the Temporal Temple, gathered all the forces in the Saint Spirit world and prepared to form an alliance. In the Temporal Temple's huge conference hall, everyone had gathered in a large circle. There were dozens of seats, and everyone could see each other and speak freely. Tyrant Lin is here, someone shouted in secret. The people who were talking stopped. After that day's incident, Lin Fei was called a tyrant. In their words, he had robbed a heavenly god's life force without saying a word. If he wasn't a tyrant, what was he? Tyrants were cruel and terrifying. Lin Fei was a tyrant in name. Who would be willing to become enemies with a tyrant like Lin Fei? Lin Fei strode in and casually glanced at everyone present. Sacred Master Lin, your position is here, a heavenly god of the Temporal Temple said. Lin Fei went straight to the nearest seat. Someone was already sitting there. This holy lord wants the seat. You can go somewhere else. Lin Fei wasn't interested in having the Temporal Temple sit at the big round table. He wanted to do as he pleased. That heavenly god was a late-stage great sovereign. I'll give. He immediately stood up, not daring to hesitate. Lin Fei swaggered over and casually glanced at the two heavenly deities beside him. With a single glance, the two great sovereigns almost suffocated. Everyone chat. Don't mind me. Lin Fei closed his eyes to rest. With a tyrant like Lin Fei present, no one dared to speak loudly. A person's reputation was like a tree's shadow. The current Lin Fei had a terrifying strength that made everyone fear him. He was not an ultimate god, but he was even more terrifying than one. The Massacre God Courts, Massacre, Sect Master, and an ancestor entered. The first thing they saw was Lin Fei, as well as the two vacant spots around him. The Massacre Sect Master snorted before sitting opposite Lin Fei. The Dark Shadow Palace's Dark Shadow Palace Lord also came. He saw Lin Fei. He smiled and nodded as a greeting. This caused the great sovereign's expressions to change. The Dark Shadow Palace Lord, an ultimate god, had taken the initiative to greet him. This was enough to prove that he was on the same level as an ultimate god. Following that, the Heavenly Feather Race and the White Tiger Race arrived. The Heavenly Feather Race and the White Tiger Race sat together. This undoubtedly shocked everyone. Were they going to join forces? The last to arrive was the Temporal Temple's Temple Lord, a middle-aged ultimate god in green. Under the shroud of time, the space became illusory, making it hard for people to see their true appearance. It was as if they were separated by a layer of power. After the Temporal Temple Lord entered, his gaze stopped on Lin Fei for a moment. The Space-Time Temple Master is actually able to give me a dangerous aura. It should be one of those terrifying auras. Lin Fei thought to himself, no wonder the Space-Time Temple is ranked first. With just one look, Lin Fei knew that the Temporal Temple Lord was more terrifying than he had imagined. Be it the Time Emperor intent or the Space Emperor intent, he had cultivated them to an extremely high level. Lin Fei was sure of one thing. If he attacked the Temporal Temple Lord now, He wouldn't even be able to reach the temporal temple lord's true body. The temporal temple lord controlled both space and time. Once the temporal temple lord appeared, everyone quietened down. I welcome everyone to the temporal temple to discuss how to deal with the demon country and the demon palace. We will return peace to the saint spirit world. The temporal temple lord came to the highest seat and sat down. On his left was the dark shadow palace lord, and on his right was the massacre sect master, an ancestor. Everyone applauded. They would give him face. God, Lord of space and time, exuded the aura of a leader. Every word he said made people feel something different, and they were unknowingly led to his words. After the temporal temple lord gave his speech, a temporal temple great sage stood up. The current situation in the saint spirit world is very bad. The temporal temple great sage began to report the situation. He emphasized on the demon country and the demon palace. These few years, they had been attacking the saint spirit world. They had paid a huge price. If they didn't suppress the demon country and the demon palace, their situation would be even worse in the future. Everyone's heart sank when they heard this. The situation was indeed bad. The demon country and the demon palace had sufficient military strength. For example, the demon country had the origin deity's pool, which could continuously produce experts. This was something that they couldn't catch up to. Lin Fei raised his head. No matter how much the demon country and the demon palace fought, it had nothing to do with him. Everyone present understood one thing. Dealing with the demon country and the demon palace was their top priority. I think we must form an alliance. Only by forming an alliance and gathering all our strength can we deal with the demon country and the demon palace. I agree. After reporting everyone's bad situation, there was no need for anyone to say anything. Some experts immediately stood up and proposed an alliance to gather all their strength to deal with the demon country and the demon palace. In fact, everyone knew the purpose of this meeting. A grand alliance was inevitable. The godly venerables of the three top forces were all present. It was obvious how important this matter was. After everyone proposed an alliance, they all looked at the three godly venerables. How the alliance would be formed and how it would be led would depend on what the three godly venerables said. An alliance is inevitable. The massacre sect master said, "Only by gathering all our strength can we see hope." What do you all think? Everyone knew better than anyone else. An alliance was indeed inevitable. I wonder what benefits an alliance will bring. Just as everyone was waiting to hear the other godly venerable's words, Lin Fei, who had been resting with his eyes closed, said lightly, Chapter 30:121. If there are no benefits, the Sacred Body Mountain Body Tempering Sect will not participate. Lin Fei said lazily, Today's alliance conference was called an alliance, but in reality, the three top forces had already discussed it. What was left was actually a situation. Of course, it was inevitable that some disobedient forces would be punished. For example, the Sacred Body Mountain Body Tempering Sect's sacred Lord Lin Fei. Everyone knew that this Lin Fei had appeared like a dark horse and killed all kinds of experts. In the end, he had enemies everywhere in the Saint Spirit domain, but he was still living comfortably. Sacred Lord Lin Fei, what do you mean by that? A great venerable from a top force under the massacre court said angrily to Lin Fei, Everyone is doing this for the good of the Saint Spirit domain. Your words are not appropriate. Today, the massacre court had sent a godly venerable expert. The experts who had pledged their allegiance to the god of massacre were now filled with confidence. In their subconscious, although Lin Fei was terrifying, brutal, and violent like a tyrant in front of a godly venerable, he probably could not be arrogant. Sacred Lord Lin, what you said is wrong, another great venerable said. Dealing with the demon country and demon palace is everyone's business. For this matter, how can we talk about benefits? Lin Fei slammed his fist on the circular platform. "Shut up!" With a loud bang, the three great venerables' hearts shook, and blood flowed from the corners of their mouths. Their originally ruddy faces turned pale, and their physical bodies instantly became dehydrated. If not for the fact that they were still breathing, they would have thought that they were dead. The three great venerables looked at Lin Fei in shock. In that instant, their life energy had been sucked dry. They all knew that Lin Fei was powerful. If he wanted to suck away life energy, he had to come into contact with their physical bodies. However, the current situation was completely wrong. All of this happened in the blink of an eye. Impudent things. Your master hasn't even said anything, and you want to step on my head? If you appear again, you can all go to hell. Lin Fei said indifferently. At this moment, no one doubted Lin Fei's words. The massacre sect master's face darkened. "Sacred Lord Lin, what do you mean by this? Could it be that your sacred body mountain doesn't want to form an alliance anymore? Or could it be that you're working with the Devil Palace and the Devil Motherland? Are you an accomplice?" As soon as the massacre sect leader opened his mouth, he threw a big hat at them. If Lin Fei's answer was not good enough, the massacre sect master would have an excuse to deal with Lin Fei. After all, there were more than one massacre sect and more than one ultimate god who wanted to deal with Lin Fei. The Dark Shadow Palace Master and the Space-Time Temple Master were both calm. The Heavenly Feather Race and the White Tiger Race were all glaring at them, ready to add insult to injury. Lin Fei stared at the massacre sect leader with surging, killing intent. "Do you want to die?" The leader of the massacre sect was frightened by the look in Yi Fuqian's eyes. He had learned his lesson from the past. They were so close to each other. If Yi Fuqian wanted to kill him, it would be a piece of cake. The palace master of the Dark Shadow Palace remained calm. The space-time temple master frowned slightly. This Lin Fei was indeed as rumored. His temper was extremely bad. "Sacred Lord Lin, you are people of the same level. You should be careful." The Dark Shadow Palace Master said to Lin Fei, "It's not good to talk about killing people all the time. After all, you are a sacred lord now." Everyone was impressed by how daring Lin Fei was. He threatened a sect master in front of everyone, and an ultimate god was sitting next to him. Words like that weren't something that just anyone could say. Lin Fei smiled. "Who told him to accuse me? I have a bad temper. If he dares to say such slanderous words again, I will kill him immediately. Keep your word." The Dark Shadow Palace Master shook his head. Lin Fei's temper was really bad. The Massacre Sect Master seemed to be frightened by Yi Fuqian's words. He was really worried that Lin Fei would kill him. The most frustrating thing was that he could not stop Lin Fei. This was Lin Fei's plan from the beginning. Alliance sounded easy, but in reality it was not. If he did not fight for some benefits, he might become cannon fodder for others. His death would be in vain. This was what Lin Fei did not want to see. He had to be strong when he was strong. Sect Master? So what? He would kill him if he provoked him. We, the Sacred Body Mountain, agree to the alliance. However, we must gain something from the alliance. Lin Fei said seriously, "We can't say that we came here for nothing. As long as we have the motivation, there will be no cowards in the Sacred Body Mountain." Lin Fei was that direct. Either you give them benefits or you don't go. They could do whatever they wanted. As for being cannon fodder, forget it. He was not that stupid. "Sacred Lord Lin, who do you think you are? Haggling with me." Lin Fei looked over. It was the strong man with the white tiger. At this moment, there was a hint of provocation in his tone. "Do you want to die too?" "Hua hua hua." The strong man had suffered a loss earlier. Naturally, he could not take this lying down. At the same time, he found out about Lin Fei's background. That invincible devourer was especially tempting. The strong man's body trembled. His life force flowed out like a flood. This was something that he had painstakingly recovered. He had spent half his fortune. You, Lin Fei glared. You are an outsider. Sit down obediently. Space-Time Palace Master, what do you think? Space-Time Palace Master was surprised. Just now, he did not even notice how Lin Fei made his move. 2/3 of the strong man's life force was sucked away. His aura was weakening very quickly. Do you think I will agree? Space-Time Palace Master laughed. Lin Fei said calmly, if you really don't agree, what can I do? I can only return. Anyway, the alliance of the 3 top forces doesn't matter if we have one more sacred body mountain. Seeing how Lin Fei spoke to Space-Time Palace Master, everyone was convinced by Lin Fei. In terms of courage, they were indeed not as courageous as Tyrant Lin Fei, who asked Tyrant Lin Fei to be so confident. That invincible devouring skill had made many people jealous, but no one dared to make a move to snatch it. There was no chance at all. If they were not careful, they might even be sucked dry by the other party. This was something they could not accept. Ha ha ha! The Sacred Body Mountain should have a sacred lord like you. Space-Time Palace Master suddenly laughed. Then tell me, what do you want? Lin Fei was already prepared. If Space-Time Palace Master wanted to use this opportunity to deal with him, he would teach Space-Time Palace a lesson. Our Sacred Body Mountain is so poor that we are afraid. Therefore, everything we kill and snatch will belong to us. Lin Fei said, Sacred Body Mountain's body training school can be the vanguard. Currently, the guards of the Sacred Body Mountain had started to cultivate the invincible Devourer. Everyone's strength had skyrocketed. It was time to bring them out to see blood. Chapter 31:22. No way. The massacre sect leader was the first to disagree. He would never agree to such a thing, especially when it was Lin Fei. He would never agree to it, even if he was beaten to death. Under the Great Alliance, any spoils of war had to be handed over. This was a well-known fact. Lin Fei wanted to be the sole leader. If he didn't accept orders, he wouldn't accept it either. This was equivalent to leaving the Great Alliance. The massacre sect leader was still planning to trick Lin Fei. It would be great if he could make him bleed and hurt his vitality. If he didn't listen to orders, all his plans would be for naught. Under the Great Alliance, all forces have to accept orders. The massacre sect leader was determined. He wouldn't let Lin Fei enjoy such treatment. Don't you want to join the Great Alliance? Lin Fei squinted his eyes with murderous intent. Shut your mouth. If you dare to speak again, I will kill you immediately. You can try and see if I dare to do it. The massacre sect leader wanted to say, Try it if you dare. The words were on the tip of his tongue, but he didn't dare to say it. Who was Lin Fei? He was a tyrant. If he said he would kill him, he would definitely kill him. Even the hierarch great ancestor might not be able to stop him. The life energy he had just lost was a lesson for him. Actually, I think it's possible. The Dark Shadow Palace Master smiled. Everyone knows the strength of the Sacred Body Mountain. It's possible to be the vanguard. It was surprising that the Dark Shadow Palace Master would speak up for Lin Fei. Since Brother Dark Shadow has said it, then it's settled. The Space-Time Palace Master nodded slightly. Sacred Lord Lin Fei, your Sacred Body Mountain can be the vanguard. However, I have to warn you first. If you can't complete the task, I will punish you. Under the Great Alliance, everyone has to follow the rules. As long as they are not deliberately targeting our Sacred Body Mountain, this sacred leader will not shirk his duty. If anyone is trying to play tricks and this sacred leader finds out, don't blame me for not showing mercy. Lin Fei said. He fought for his own power. Lin Fei was too lazy to speak after that. The leader of the Great Alliance was temporarily the Space-Time Temple Master. After all, the hidden experts were not to be trifled with. Even the Dark Shadow Palace Master and the ultimate god from the Massacre Court did not dare to offend the Space-Time Temple Master. This Alliance leader position definitely belonged to the Space-Time Palace Master. No one had any objections. The rest was just a few small things. The entire Alliance conference lasted for an hour, and everything that needed to be discussed had been discussed. Hall Master, I have a piece of news, but I'm not sure if I should say it or not. At this moment, a great sovereign heavenly god stood up and cupped his hands towards the space-time Hall Master. It's related to the Devil Nation's Devil 33 Country King, but I'm not too sure. Speak. The Temporal Temple Master recognized this great, revered, heavenly deity. He was the sect master of a subsidiary force of the Temporal Temple and was a late-stage, great, revered. What is the Demon 33 Country Lord planning to do this time? Last time they launched a sneak attack. Could it be that they plan to launch a sneak attack again? That's too shameless. It must be that the Demon 33 Country Lord has surrendered. That's right. The current Devil Nation is not as strong as it was at its peak. More than half of its power has been taken away by the Devil King, forming a Devil Palace. If not for the Origin Deity Lake, the Devil Nation would have been destroyed long ago. Everyone present had suffered quite a bit from the Demon 33 Country Lord. The moment they heard the news about the Demon 33 Country Lord, they immediately became concerned. This fella was not one to be trifled with. That great sovereign heavenly god stood up, and his expression suddenly sank. The Demon 33 Country Lord entrusted me to tell everyone that anyone who goes against the Devil Nation will be killed without mercy. The moment he finished speaking, a terrifying black, destructive energy spread out. Boom, boom, boom. This destructive energy was too strong. It was too sudden. The black energy swept out, and the heads sitting near that great sovereign heavenly god were instantly wiped out by the black energy. Everyone in the entire conference hall was affected. In the next second, the hall turned into a wasteland. The black destructive energy seemed to have been controlled well, and it just happened to destroy the hall. Its might was displayed to the extreme. Cough, cough, cough. The Demon 33 Country Lord is too shameless. My doppelganger has been crippled. We've suffered heavy losses. Everyone was attacked by the destructive energy. As long as they were not godly venerable experts, they all suffered. Every one of them had either a broken arm or a broken leg. Of course, these were the light injuries. The more serious ones were directly annihilated. Less than 1/10 of the people present could stand up again. That detestable Demon 33 Country Lord, a white-faced middle-aged man, said with a sullen expression. In the attack just now, the Massacre Sect leader was killed. He died in a single move. The Massacre Sect will not rest until you are dead. The death of the church leader of the Massacre God Hall was such a shameful matter. Lin Fei had an additional set of sacred heaven on his body, which protected him extremely well. However, he still could not stop himself from vomiting blood, and his body was also trembling slightly. The Heavenly Feather Clan, White Tiger Race, and other experts, while cursing the Demon 33 Country Lord, also noticed Lin Fei's situation. The Alliance Conference, which was about to end, was turned into a mess by the Demon 33 Country Lord's people. That self-detonation was not a simple self-detonation of a great sovereign. It was done with a special treasure which was extremely powerful and suitable for use in a small area. The space-time god Lord's face could not stand it anymore. This was a slap to the face. Didn't you want the Great Alliance to deal with the Demon Motherland? Then let me give you a big gift. Taoist space-time, how is my gift? A loud voice resounded outside the space-time temple. Everyone's expression changed. This voice was none other than the Demon 33 Country Lord of the Demon Motherland. Demon 33. The space-time temple lord's voice was cold, and his figure disappeared. A moment later, a terrifying energy fluctuation came from outside. It's not that easy to kill this lord. The Demon 33 Country Lord laughed loudly. Here, I will give you a few more gifts. The Great Alliance should at least have a celebration. Everyone's expression darkened even more when they heard this. Boom, boom, boom. At the same time, a terrifying energy fluctuation erupted from every corner of the space-time temple and swept across. Wherever the energy ripples spread out, within a radius of 100 miles, dark clouds covered the sky, turning everything into ruins. There were more than 20 such ripples, and they overturned cities one after another. Miserable cries could be heard everywhere. The place where Lin Fei was also affected. The black energy swept over. Those experts were directly turned into ashes in front of the black energy. They did not even have the ability to struggle. This is the infinite compression of the elemental destruction energy. Chapter 31:23. The temporal temple was in chaos. More than 20 places stirred up energy, fluctuations, sweeping through who knew how many celestial god powerhouses. Tao, friend spacetime, are you satisfied with this huge gift? Ha ha ha. The voice of the demon, 33, country, king, disappeared. The outside world regained its peace. This premeditated and targeted attack had caused a huge impact and loss to the temporal temple. The leaders who came to participate in the Alliance Conference also suffered heavy losses. Those who were lucky enough to survive the first round of attacks, unfortunately, didn't survive the second round of attacks. Apart from a handful of people who survived, the rest had all perished in this wave of attacks. The temporal temple master returned and immediately mobilized experts to conduct a thorough search. The entire temporal temple was in a state of lockdown. Lin Fei and the others returned to the temporal pagoda. At the same time, the temporal temple sent over healing pills to help everyone recover. This time, the temporal temple suffered a huge loss. Invincible Jean and Lin Fei were sipping tea together. Devil, 33 country king, this is a huge move. The timing was so perfect that no one could defend against it. Invincible Jin's injuries weren't light. Even now, he hadn't fully recovered. It's said that the temporal temple caught a large number of spies during these 3 days. During these few days, Lin Fei also felt the killing intent of the temporal temple, who asked the temporal temple to suffer a huge loss this time. This loss wasn't something that could be easily avenged. Was the clone of the demon 33 country king killed? Yes, the doppelganger has been killed. Invincible Jean said, "Oh right, sacred Master Lin, I'm preparing to return. I believe that after this incident, the operation will be brought forward." Lin Fei nodded. "It will definitely be brought forward. Looking at the time, it's indeed time for us to return. The temporal temple isn't safe anymore. Our headquarters must be guarded." After Invincible Jean left, Lin Fei was also preparing to leave the temporal temple. Facing the terrifying auras of those experts, Lin Fei didn't have the confidence to fight them. Fortunately, they wouldn't bully the weak. At least, they wouldn't do so within the temporal temple. Lin Fei had to thank Devil 33 Country King for acting in such a timely manner. This method was truly impossible to guard against. Even Lin Fei himself did not sense any danger. His opponent's killing intent did not leak out in the slightest. It was only activated at the moment of attack. Lin Fei even felt that even if the space-time temple master had sealed that great sovereign, that power would still erupt. It was impossible for the Devil 33 country lord to forget about this matter. Everyone was destined to be unlucky. That Devil 33 monarch, just where did he get the condensation method? Lin Fei felt that it was even more terrifying than his own condensation method. He had condensed at least 20 of them into one. He had managed to condense 10 of them into one from the Vajra sect. Lin Fei bid farewell to the Space-Time Palace Master and returned to prepare. The Space-Time Palace Master did not stop Lin Fei from leaving. This was beyond Lin Fei's expectations. Lin Fei did not believe that the space-time hall master would be so kind. Right now, he was a moving treasure trove. Whoever obtained it would obtain a great fortune. Hall master, are you letting him leave just like that? After Lin Fei left, a black-clothed man revealed himself. He was none other than Venerable Kong Jiu. No matter what, we have to make him stay. Great Sovereign Kong Jiu had suffered a huge loss at Lin Fei's hands. He could not swallow this anger. When he heard that Lin Fei was leaving, he was not too happy. In the territory of the Space-Time Temple, he had to teach Lin Fei a lesson. Lin Fei must have gotten lucky and obtained some powerful treasures. The Space-Time Palace Master looked down on Lin Fei. Not fighting in the Space-Time Temple will have a bad reputation. Everyone in the Great Alliance is paying attention to this matter. If this matter were to spread, we would be a laughing stock. The Space-Time Temple was an organization that had been passed down for generations. Naturally, they were not willing to bully the weak, especially in their own territory. There was a reason for the previous incidents. If they were to fight now, who would dare to come to the Space-Time Temple in the future? Even if they had to do it, they had to do it secretly. The Space-Time Temple was still coveting the unparalleled devour technique. It was too tyrannical and unbelievable. It was right in front of them, but the Space-Time Palace Master did not notice it. It was truly unbelievable and impossible to defend against. Tell the Heavenly Feather Race and the White Tiger Race that Lin Fei is about to leave the Space-Time Temple. The Space-Time Palace Master turned around and left this message to Great Sovereign Kong Jiu. Saint Master, is it safe for us to leave now? The three old ancestors were trembling in fear. They did not go to the Alliance meeting. They had always been in the Space-Time Pagoda. That attack had given them quite a fright. The defense of the Space-Time Pagoda had been activated to its limit. That wasn't something an ordinary person could withstand. It's even more dangerous to stay. Lin Fei actually had something in his heart that he did not say. If I don't come out, how will those people take action? Now he was giving them a chance. If these people did not take action, they would always have such thoughts. The battleship left the Space-Time Temple. Lin Fei sat in the battleship. The system was turned on, monitoring everything within a radius of billions of miles. No powerful heavenly gods had appeared yet. After leaving the Space-Time Temple for a long time and stepping into an uninhabited region, Lin Fei finally received a notification. Master, there are great sovereigns attacking. Every one of them has the strength of a peak great sovereign. A three-dimensional image appeared. In the system, Lin Fei saw a group of people traversing through the void. The Heavenly Feather Race, a bunch of birdmen. Lin Fei smiled when he saw how they were behaving. That hierarch did not come. No. It was impossible for the Heavenly Feather Race not to send a hierarch. After all, his combat power was obvious to all. Anyone who did not take it seriously would definitely regret it. Found him. After searching carefully, Lin Fei found that one of the Heavenly Feather Race's great sovereigns was not right. Under the system's surveillance, his true identity was revealed. It was that hierarch from the Heavenly Feather Race. That's more like it. Lin Fei laughed. I wonder if they will bring the paralysis scepter this time. Just thinking about it makes me look forward to it. The warship continued to move forward. Another group of people appeared in the range of the surveillance. It was the pale-faced, middle-aged hierarch from the massacre court. He was personally leading the group. His aura was concealed, and he was also traversing through the void. Compared to the Heavenly Feather Race, the massacre court was slightly weaker. Having an hierarch leading the group was still a bright spot. How stubborn! Lin Fei laughed. Now that his hierarch body had been formed, he was considered a first-class hierarch expert. With the ability to protect himself, even an hierarch could not do anything to him. Moreover, it was not like he was unprepared. They were not in a hurry. Lin Fei was not in a hurry either. Is the space-time temple planning to be the fisherman? Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. Until now, no one from the space-time temple had appeared. Lin Fei did not believe that they would be so kind as to not secretly prepare to deal with him. The no man's land was huge. The black warship was very conspicuous in the no man's land. Master, someone has attacked. Chapter 30, 124. The warship smashed into the ground, creating a huge commotion and a loud rumbling sound. Lin Fei also suffered a huge impact. That power penetrated the warship, crushing everyone's bodies. The 3 old ancestors, as well as some of the heavenly deities who came with them, all coughed up blood, dispirited and listless, directly entering a state of serious injury. Sacred Lord, this is a godly supreme treasure. To be able to unleash such power, it must be a godly supreme expert. The Grand Elder's face darkened. This was the first time Lin Fei was attacked by a godly supreme treasure, except for the paralysis scepter. Don't move. I'll bring you to a safe place. The 3 patriarchs and the heavenly gods gave up resisting. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. With a wave of Lin Fei's hand, all the heavenly gods on the warship were stored in the system space. That wave of attack had seriously injured them. If another wave came, they would die without a doubt. They would be completely safe in the system space. No power could destroy the system space. Obliterate. An even more powerful destructive force came. The sturdy warship instantly shattered into countless pieces in the face of this destructive force. This force continued toward Lin Fei. The Aotion barrier had just been activated when the force collided with Lin Fei's body, shattering layer by layer. This force was terrifyingly strong. In an instant, the Aotion barrier on Lin Fei's body shattered over 100 times. Crushing, absolute crushing force. Lin Fei had no doubt that anyone else would have died in front of this force. Master, the Heavenly Feather Clan's godly supreme, has made a move. Be careful, he's coming. Little Devil warned. Just as Lin Fei was struggling to resist, a hand appeared. This hand was filled with great power, and it landed on Lin Fei's chest. The Aotion barrier shattered over 100 times again. Sacred Lord Lin, you didn't expect this, did you? The one who made the move was the ultimate god from the Heavenly Feather Clan. The pair of wings on his back was different from usual. They were ice blue, and there were runes flashing on them. They gave off a terrifying aura. This was something that had never been seen on great, venerable Heavenly Vast. After the palm strike landed on Lin Fei's body, his figure immediately disappeared and reappeared thousands of miles away. The ultimate divinity of the Heavenly Feather Clan is really shameless. Lin Fei didn't seem to be affected by the palm strike. To be able to block my palm, you are indeed qualified to be the strongest person below the ultimate god level. The pale-faced, middle-aged, godly venerable laughed. However, you have offended our Heavenly Feather Clan. Your luck isn't too good. Restrain. The pale-faced, middle-aged, ultimate god's wings turned into 2 sabers and slashed at him. The icy blue wings slashed at Lin Fei one saber after another. Under the cover of the treasures, Lin Fei felt like he was surrounded by countless sabers. At the same time, traces of essence extermination energy entered his body and continued to turn into sabers. A divine venerable's attack is indeed powerful. An internal and external attack is not something an ordinary person can withstand. Under the effect of the treasure, Lin Fei's movements slowed down. He was practically unable to move. Every time the saber struck, his life force drained rapidly. The Heavenly Feather Clan has indeed made their move. In the void, another group of black-robed men were also paying attention. Hall Master is right. Let them play with Lin Fei for a while. We will attack from behind and reap the benefits. Venerable Kong Jio's clone had also arrived. This time, he was not the one leading the team. Instead, it was a godly venerable expert from the Temporal Temple. Lin Fei's reputation was not just for show. The strongest person below the ultimate god level was no joke. It was inevitable that a godly venerable would be dispatched. Hierarchon heavenly strength cannot be underestimated. The wings of his clan have always been the most terrifying divine weapon. That Lin Fei is also very powerful. Even with his movements restricted, he can still endure for so long. Soon, he won't be able to endure for much longer. The godly venerable from the temporal temple was called Shi Tianhuang. He specialized in the Tao of space and was considered a top-notch existence in the Tao of space. Hierarchon Heavenly is planning to end this battle quickly. In another void, the godly venerable from the massacre court had also arrived. His name was Venerable Shajiu. He had a disdainful smile on his face. Lin Fei probably doesn't know how powerful the Heavenly Feather Clan's godly venerable is. He will regret it in a while. Venerable Shajiu was very clear about how powerful the Heavenly Feather Clan's experts were, especially the godly venerable experts. They had all activated their divine wings and were much more terrifying than he had imagined. The Heavenly Feather Clan was famous for their wealth. Anyone who underestimated the Heavenly Feather Clan would face terrible consequences. This was something that many people had personally experienced. Lin Fei did not completely release his godly venerable physical body's defenses. How could he miss such a good opportunity? Good fella, is this the other trump card of the Heavenly Feather Clan? Lin Fei did not know how many attacks he had endured. Every attack was able to break through Lin Fei's protective barrier. After every attack, a portion of energy would surge into his body and gradually condense into a terrifying force. Destroy! Under the control of Hierarchon Heavenly, the force within Lin Fei's body was detonated. Boom, boom, boom. Hierarchon Heavenly did not dare to engage in close combat with Lin Fei. Hence, he released his divine wings to attack Lin Fei. Everyone had witnessed the scene at the alliance meeting. After some analysis, they felt that as long as they did not get within a certain range of Lin Fei's technique would not be effective. Even though using such a method to attack Hierarchon Heavenly was more or less disgraced, Lin Fei was not an ordinary person. That attack just now was a secret technique of Hierarchon Heavenly and the Heavenly Feather Clan. No matter what kind of protective technique it was, it could not stop the force from invading his body and condensing into a terrifying killing move. This is the consequence of going against the Heavenly Feather Clan. Hierarchon Heavenly was about to retract his divine wings. It would be much easier to deal with Lin Fei now that he was severely injured. A single attack from a godly venerable was equivalent to thousands of attacks from a peak great venerable. The treasures enveloped him. The scene that Hierarchon Heavenly was anticipating did not happen. Under the powerful force, Lin Fei, who was suppressed by the treasures, was completely unscathed. I've experienced the strength of an ultimate god. Now it's my turn. Lin Fei laughed loudly. His body trembled, and the suppression of the treasure was shaken off. He grabbed at the divine wings with one hand, and the incomparably sharp divine wings landed firmly in his hand. You're actually unscathed. Hierarchon Heavenly was shocked. How can your physical body be so strong? Unless you're an ultimate god. Anyone below the level of an ultimate god would not be able to withstand that attack. The Heavenly Feather Clan was so powerful because their attacks contained two types of attacks. Normally, an ultimate god would not use a second attack when killing someone. A few attacks would suffice. It was the same for Lin Fei. As long as he did not get close to him, everything would be fine. The scene before him was beyond Hierarchon Heavenly's imagination. It also caused the expressions of the ultimate gods hiding in the void to change. Chapter 31:25. Lin Fei grabbed the divine wings with one hand and withstood Hierarchon's second attack, shocking everyone in the void. He actually withstood it, and even grabbed the divine wings. Could his body have reached the ultimate God realm? Doesn't he know how powerful the divine wings are? Since ancient times, no one has dared to snatch the divine wings from the sky feather race. Hierarch Heaven Hong's face darkened as he pondered. There are only a handful of physique cultivators who reached the ultimate God realm. Even among the previous sacred lords, none of them reached the ultimate God realm. The words ultimate God had a special meaning. Shi Tianhuang reached the ultimate God realm with the emperor intent, which was also the method of most people. It was extremely difficult to reach the ultimate God realm. In the saint spirit domain, there were only a handful of people who reached the ultimate God realm with their physical bodies. The most they could do was cultivate to the great venerable realm. After that, it was difficult for them to break through. This was a well-known fact in the ultimate God realm. It must be a coincidence. Let's wait and see. Hierarch Heaven Hong did not make a move. He was waiting, as it was not the best time to make a move. He was not the only one who wanted to get what he wanted from sacred Lord Lin Fei. There were a few other ultimate gods hidden in the void. Everyone was patient, including him. After the divine wings were grabbed by Lin Fei, they turned into an icy blue radiance. Come in. Previously, Lin Fei was already interested in the divine wings. However, he did not dare to make a move easily. It would be a lie to say that he was not interested in the divine wings this time. It was different from the past. His body had become an ultimate God body and had strong defensive abilities. The divine wings were no longer impossible to get. The sharp divine wings were unable to cut through Phosphorus Fertilizer's palm. They made a lot of noise as they tried to break free from Lin Fei's hand. Transform! Hierarch Heaven Hong controlled the divine wings and turned them into a stream of water. That's right, it was an icy blue stream of water. The divine wings changed at this moment. Lin Fei would not let the divine wings escape from his hand. Come in. Lin Fei roared domineeringly. He once again grabbed out with one hand, and the ice blue water fell into his palm. A wave of energy enveloped the ice blue water, and with a push, the divine wings disappeared. Hierarch Heaven Hong's expression changed drastically as he spat out a mouthful of blood. His connection with the god wings had been forcefully severed. Come out. Hierarch Heaven Hong kept calling for him, but he lost contact with the god wings. There's no need to shout. Your things belong to this sacred lord. Now it's your turn. Lin Fei turned into a spatial clone and disappeared in front of everyone. A divine venerable was not invincible or invincible. Hierarch Great Hong, who was thousands of miles away, could faintly feel a dangerous aura enveloping him, but he couldn't find any trace of the other party. He knew that Holy Lord Lin Fei was definitely nearby. He knew that the other party was there, but he couldn't find the other party. This was the most frustrating thing. Even before he was severely injured, the god wings that he was so proud of had been snatched away. Now he could not find the whereabouts of the other party. This was completely unreasonable. What was even more inconceivable was that the treasure had sealed the space, so it couldn't stop Holy Lord Lin Fei from leaving. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Hierarch Great Hong's expression changed again. A hand appeared in the air and slammed onto Hierarch Great Hong's emperor protection. The thick life energy in his body flowed out uncontrollably. Scary. It was really very scary. After Lin Fei slammed his hand, he disappeared again. Although I'm not a divine venerable, don't even think about taking advantage of me. He appeared again. A palm slammed onto Hierarch Great Hong's body, causing him to lose a small portion of his life energy. Lin Fei attacked relentlessly, palm strike after palm strike. Hierarch Great Sky was unable to defend against Lin Fei's attacks. He was so frustrated that he could only retreat after a single move. He was extremely slippery. Hierarch Great Hong finally knew how powerful Holy Lord Lin Fei was. If he didn't break through Lin Fei's concealment, he could forget about capturing the other party. Hierarch Great Hong scolded Lin Fei for being shameless. He couldn't do anything to the other party. Every time the other party attacked, he wanted to attack the other party, but he couldn't stop Lin Fei. Again, although the other party could draw out his life energy, it wasn't as terrifying as the rumors said. Hierarch Great Hong didn't care about such a small loss. Lin Fei slammed his palm. With a feint, he appeared behind Hierarch Great Hong and slammed his palm on his body. Hierarch Great Hong was used to Lin Fei's petty tricks and didn't think much of it. Such petty tricks wouldn't hurt him even if he did it 1,000 or 10,000 times. However, when Lin Fei's palm landed on Hierarch Great Hong, a domineering force surged out and pierced through the Emperor will protection. Hierarch Great Sky didn't try to stop this level of power. His body was already injured. This wasn't the most troublesome thing. The scariest thing was that Lin Fei's plunder skill was activated. Life energy flowed out like a flood. Hierarch Great Hong was shocked and couldn't believe it. For sacred Lord Lin Fei to be able to display such power, the other party broke through the Emperor will protection with one palm. The moment the protection was broken, the plunder skill was activated. During this time, Lin Fei's plunder skill showed its domineering side. Hierarch, your life energy is quite thick. In the blink of an eye, Lin Fei left. All he could hear was Lin Fei's words. Hierarch Great Hong was extremely weak. He had never felt so weak before. Looking at his body, the life energy had disappeared completely. It was almost empty. Too cunning and shameless. Hierarch Great Hong immediately took out a scroll and disappeared without a trace with a whoosh. He didn't dare to stay any longer. Even Hierarch Great Hong was hit. The Hierarch in the void was shocked too. Everyone had seen Lin Fei's plunder skill. They thought the Hierarch would be able to withstand it. Who knew that Holy Lord Lin Fei's plunder skill was more domineering than expected. He could even break through the Emperor will protection with one strike. It was an Hierarch level Emperor will protection at that. That was the most shocking thing. Everyone knew what this power represented. After Hierarch Great Hong left, the remaining Hierarch didn't dare to move. That was because Holy Lord Lin Fei was nowhere to be found. Their divine senses couldn't detect Holy Lord Lin Fei's whereabouts. However, they all knew that Lin Fei should be in this region of space. He must have a powerful spatial treasure in his hands. Hierarch Shi Tianhuang thought to himself, as long as he doesn't crack it, he will always be a danger. No one could guarantee that Lin Fei wouldn't attack them. Let's go. Hierarch Shi Tianhuang lost his confidence and disappeared into the void. Forget it. This guy isn't easy to deal with. Hierarch Kill shook his head and left. He didn't want to be the second unlucky person. Who knew if the other party had discovered them and was ready to give them a fatal blow. They didn't dare to take this risk. Even Hierarch Hong had suffered a huge loss, let alone them. Even his divine wings had been snatched away. Chapter 31:26. The ultimate gods aren't very brave. Lin Fei did not leave the area and continued to transform into space. Ultimate God Tianhong's life energy was unbelievably rich. Lin Fei had robbed it and needed time to refine it. The life energy of a great, venerable, and an ultimate god had a substantial change. Lin Fei did not have time to rob another ultimate god. Today, in this uninhabited area, which godly venerable made the first move, that godly venerable was unlucky. Lin Fei had also predicted that they would not dare to make another move. He could not help but feel a little disappointed when that happened. The ultimate gods might not be as strong as he had imagined. They also had their own plans. Master, they're all gone. Lin Fei was quite satisfied to be able to snatch the divine wings from ultimate God Tianhong. It was a good harvest, but it was a pity that the other ultimate gods did not make a move. Divine wings, what a good thing. When Lin Fei returned to the Sacred Body Mountain, Lin Fei had a pair of ice-blue divine wings on his back. Under the violent suppression of the system, all information on the divine wings was erased. The divine wings had also become ownerless. The refinement was completed smoothly, and the effects were seen when he activated it. First, it increased his speed. After putting on the divine wings, his original speed could be increased by 50%. 50% was enough to leave others behind. Second, the divine wings were an elemental energy divine weapon that was blessed with the sharp edge technique. The wings were like blades that were extremely sharp. A great venerable's body could be cut open with a single slash. The slaughter divine weapon had a strong defense, but under the divine wings, it could leave a finger-deep wound. As for the other aspects, it was as easy as cutting melons and vegetables. Third, the divine wings could be used for both offense and defense. The material of the divine wings was special and could be activated to form a protective divine wings. Lin Fei tried using the slaughter divine weapon. Under the protection of the divine wings, the slaughter divine weapon could not hurt his body at all. It could not even break through the protection of the divine wings. Lin Fei liked the blue ice divine wings very much. It was a good item that was no less than a first-class ultimate god treasure. Hierarch Great Sky was on the verge of tears. He had lost a powerful treasure for nothing. Now that it was in Lin Fei's hands, there was no way he was going to hand it over. With the god wings, his speed, defense, and attack had all been enhanced. He could put down the sky-splitting staff. The might of the sacred Sky Tyrant saber wasn't bad, but compared to the blue ice divine wings, it was still somewhat inferior. After a while, the blue ice divine wings would not be a luxury anymore. Lin Fei had Little Fiend try to decipher it. It would be best if it could be assembled. After returning to the sacred mountain, there was no news about the divine lord ambushing him. It was as if it had never happened. The news of the big alliance had also spread throughout the Saint Spirit domain. As for the huge gift that the MO33 country lords had presented, it had all been sealed up by the temporal temple. His reputation would be tarnished if news of the great alliance spread. Lin Fei did not stay idle. First, he mobilized the guards and prepared to go out and take a look. Under the great alliance, the demon homeland of the Demon 33 Lord would not be able to escape. How could Lin Fei miss out on such a good opportunity? He definitely had to reap the rewards. Holy Lord, our men have discovered that many forces' spies have encouraged some people to obtain our Sacred Body Mountain's invincible, devouring technique. The third elder came to report. During the Temporal Temple's alliance meeting, Lin Fei's incredible plundering ability had undoubtedly stimulated everyone. It's all right. Lin Fei did not care. They can learn it if they want. Anyway, our Sacred Body Mountain will not suffer any losses. Every level requires a lot of contribution points. Why not take advantage of this free labor? But what if? The third elder did not know that Holy Lord Lin Fei was plotting against them. He only knew that if the invincible devouring technique fell into the hands of those people, it would be a huge loss. This Holy Lord knows what to do. Lin Fei smiled. How's the mobilization of the guards going? The first and second batches have a total of 3,000 people. The third elder replied. The third and fourth batches shouldn't take too long. Ever since his return, Lin Fei issued an order. Anyone who cultivated the first stage of the invincible devouring technique was to join the Sacred Body Mountain's guards. In a short period of time, the number of heavenly gods who had mastered the invincible devouring technique reached 3,000. As long as one was willing to cooperate, it wasn't hard to learn the first stage's contribution points. There's no need for the third and fourth batches. Lin Fei decided to bring the first and second batches of heavenly gods. There were a total of 3,000 people who had mastered the first stage of the invincible devouring technique. 10 Seventh Order Heavenly God Realm cultivators dared to gang up on an 8th Order Heavenly God Realm Venerable Lord. The current Sacred Body Mountains experts were filled with fighting spirit, no matter who they faced. Holy Lord, a hierarch from the Heavenly Feather Clan, has arrived. He claims to be Hierarch Hong Tian. The third elder came in to report. The day of the Grand Alliance drew closer. The 3 ancestral patriarchs were extremely busy. Hierarch Hong Tian's arrival was unexpected. Invite him in, Lin Fei said with a smile. Lin Fei wasn't surprised that Hierarch Hong Tian would come. In fact, it would be strange if he didn't come. Hierarch Hong Tian came uninvited. This time it was a clone, a very ordinary clone. However, it was still a hierarch's clone. Holy Lord Lin, you didn't expect this lord to come, right? Hierarch Hong Tian gritted his teeth when he saw Lin Fei again. The humiliation he suffered the last time was too great. If there was a choice, Hierarch Hong Tian wouldn't have come to the Sacred Body Mountain to meet that shameless bastard Lin Fei. It is indeed quite unexpected, Lin Fei said with a smile. Hierarch Hong Tian went straight to the point. We are all smart people. Let's not beat around the bush. You have to hand over my divine wings. I can give you anything you want. Lin Fei laughed very happily. A supreme divinity is indeed a supreme divinity. This tone, this generosity, you give me whatever you want. What if when the time comes, you can't produce anything? Aren't you afraid of blowing your own trumpet? Hierarch Hong Tian felt like he had lost an arm after losing his divine wings. He wasn't used to it. Holy Lord Lin, you should understand what the Heavenly Feather Clan represents. Hierarch Hong Tian said coldly. Using the divine wings to exchange for something will only bring you benefits. Lin Fei wasn't afraid of threats. Then you can leave. Lin Fei's expression changed. I still have matters to attend to. I don't have time to argue with you. Send the guest off. Hierarch Hong Tian was indeed planning to use the Heavenly Feather Clan to threaten Lin Fei. Hierarch Hong Tian had purposely concealed this matter because he was worried that he would become a joke in the Heavenly Feather Clan. How dare you? Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. Scram, and I can let you off. Otherwise, there is no need for your clone to return. You. Hierarch Hong Tian stared at Lin Fei. What do you want for me to hand over my divine wings? I'm sorry, but I like it too. Whoosh. The divine wings unfurled from Lin Fei's back. They were icy blue and dazzling. How is it? Not bad, right? Lin Fei smiled. The divine wings behind him suddenly turned into saber lights that slashed over. Hundreds of sabers flew out and surrounded Hierarch Hong Tian. Chapter 30, 127. Hierarch Hong, Great Heaven left. The pair of blue ice divine wings, which he had been refining day and night, was easily refined by Lin Fei. He had vomited blood and suffered a huge blow. This was completely impossible, and it was hard for anyone to believe that this was real. Revenge? Lin Fei was not worried about Hierarch Hong, Great Heaven's revenge at all. He could not wait for them to take revenge on him. Each time they took revenge on him, they might be able to obtain a treasure that could increase their strength. After Hierarch Hong, Great Heaven left, he did not do anything else. Lin Fei naturally did not believe that Hierarch Hong, Great Heaven would give up so easily. He might be plotting something in the dark. Lin Fei could not stop such a thing. Just as the 3 patriarchs were preparing for the Great Alliance, Lin Fei was not idling around either. He was busy creating pieces of anti-paralysis armor. Even though Lin Fei was not around, there were people who purified the ores and sorted them out. When he returned, they started to fuse the anti-paralysis material. In a short period of time, Lin Fei created 5 pieces of anti-paralysis armor. After testing them, the effects were top-notch and could defend against 100% paralysis attacks. Master, there's a breakthrough in the gravitational material. After the anti-paralysis material was ready, Lin Fei did not let Little Devil stay idle. He started to study other material attributes. The sacred heaven set had a gravitational effect. Lin Fei naturally targeted the gravitational material. The sacred heaven set belonged to the sacred sky mountain, and he had no intention of taking it for himself. It was a good item, but in Lin Fei's opinion, as long as he had the corresponding material attributes, he could easily create a brand new sacred heaven set with enchantment. With such a system, Lin Fei would not waste it. The large amount of ores he had obtained from the heavenly feather race and the temporal temple could finally be put to use. Master, this is the gravitational material. Are you satisfied? Little Devil was rather proud. This gravitational material is no different from the sacred heaven set's level 5 strength. It can be treated as level 5 gravity. Lin Fei was very satisfied. This is good stuff. Level 5 absolute gravity could affect even godly venerables. After obtaining the gravity attribute, Lin Fei immediately took action. In just a few days, he had integrated absolute gravity into the blue ice divine wings. Even though the range of release was not large, Lin Fei was very satisfied. While Lin Fei was studying matter, the Great Alliance sent a message. They would gather at the border in a month's time and prepare to set off. Under the training of the 3 patriarchs, the strength of the first and second batches of the Imperial Guard Army had improved tremendously. At the same time, they were also very proficient in their coordination. It could be said that once they were surrounded by the Imperial Guards, they would definitely die, other than cooperation and training. Lin Fei had also crafted a batch of miniature absolute gravity shields for them. That's right, a shield. Lin Fei decided to give it a name, Gravity Shield, since gravitational matter was fused into the shield. All of them had 5 layers of absolute gravity. It was not easy for Lin Fei to create the Imperial Guards. He did not want them to be plotted against in the Great Alliance's war. With the level 5 absolute gravity, the gravity shield, the combat effectiveness of the 1st and 2nd Imperial Guards would definitely increase again. After all, the experts from the Devil Nation were not to be trifled with. No one was a match for them in a one-on-one situation. The Dark Shadow Palace Master came quietly. On a dark and windy night, the Dark Shadow Palace Master came without a sound. If the people outside know that the Dark Shadow Palace Master has sneaked up to our door, I'm afraid everyone will be dumbfounded. On the highest level of the Sacred Body Mountain, Lin Fei smiled and teased the Dark Shadow Palace Master. They won't know anyway. The Dark Shadow Palace Master glanced at Lin Fei thoughtfully. Holy Lord Lin, you're amazing. Even ultimate God Tianhong from the Heavenly Feather Clan was defeated by you. You even scared Sir Tianhuang to the point of killing a grade 9 ultimate god to retreat. Lin Fei smiled. Dark Shadow friend, you're really well informed. Don't tell me you're inside too. In fact, the Dark Shadow Palace Master was indeed inside. It would not be normal if he was not inside. The Dark Shadow Palace Master naturally would not admit that he was one of them. Holy Lord Lin, you must be joking. Everyone knows your strength. You're invincible below the ultimate god level. Who would dare to come looking for trouble? The Dark Shadow Palace Master laughed dryly to hide the embarrassment on his face. The Dark Shadow Palace Master could still remember the day when Lin Fei fiercely grabbed the Heavenly Feather Clan's divine wing. After chatting for a while, the Dark Shadow Palace Master brought up the main topic. Holy Lord Lin, it's almost time for the Great Alliance. What do you think the Sacred Body Mountain Guards you lead will do? The Dark Shadow Palace Master asked. Dark Shadow friend, just say what you know. We're all straightforward people, aren't we? Lin Fei smiled and looked at the Dark Shadow Palace Master. Holy Lord Lin is indeed straightforward. The Dark Shadow Palace Master really liked to discuss things with people like Lin Fei. The Temporal Temple and the Massacre Court, as well as the Heavenly Feather Clan and the White Tiger race, are all eyeing the Sacred Body Mountain covetously. If the Great Alliance besieges you, they will definitely exhaust your strength. Then they will accuse Sacred Lord Lin of being incompetent. I believe that Sacred Lord Lin will be in big trouble then. After all, the Temporal Temple's strength is beyond your imagination. Lin Fei thought to himself, "They're trying to scare me with the Temporal Temple. Who doesn't know that there are 14 experts in there? Each of them is exceptionally terrifying." "What do you mean?" "Holy Lord Lin, if it were someone else, I would definitely not say this. However, you are not someone else. The Sacred Body Mountain and the Dark Shadow Palace have many areas of cooperation, such as this time." The Dark Shadow Palace master laughed. "The Temporal Temple will definitely bring one of the 3 great treasures, the Time-Space Divine Wheel, when the Great Alliance attacks the Devil Motherland. This is an incredible item. Time-Space Divine Wheel." Lin Fei had never heard of it. "It's normal that you haven't heard of it. There are only a handful of people who know about this treasure," the Dark Shadow Palace Master said. "At least outside the Saint Spirit domain, not many people know about it. The Temporal Temple hasn't used it for a long time, but no one dares to ignore the power of the Time-Space Divine Wheel. If Holy Lord Lin is accused of incompetence, that person will definitely use the Time-Space Divine Will to deal with you. That treasure is a special spatial treasure. Once you fall into it, no one will be able to come out. You will be lost in the Time-Space Divine Wheel until you die in the infinite time. This treasure can be regarded as a third-class ultimate God treasure. The Time-Space Divine Wheel is one of the 3 great treasures. The other 2 are the Time-Space Divine Shield and the Time Sword. Among them, the Time-Space Divine Shield is known as a time defense. No attack will land on the opponent, while the Time Sword can cut off one's lifespan. Any one of these 3 great treasures can easily kill you. The Dark Shadow Palace Master said, "It's also thanks to your invincible devouring ability. Now that you've become the main force, the Temporal Temple wants to use you as a sharp knife." Chapter 31:28. Lin Fei had never heard of these 3 treasures. There was only one explanation left. The Temporal Temple hadn't used the 3 treasures for a long time, and the news that was circulating outside had been purposely erased. It was normal that outsiders didn't know about it. "Taoist Dark Shadow, what are you planning to do by telling me this? Could it be that we're working together to get rid of the Temporal Temple and replace it?" Lin Fei smiled. The 3 great treasures of the Temporal Temple. Just from the name alone, one could tell that they were very powerful. Lin Fei would definitely be wary of them. As long as he had enough time, no matter what treasure it was, he would be able to create the corresponding material and enchant it to defend against the attacks of the treasures. Hierarch Dark Shadow almost vomited blood from anger. Get rid of the Temporal Temple? How dare you say that? It was an ancient force that had been entrenched in the Saint Spirit domain for a long time. Even if its status had declined, it was still famous. The 5 top forces in the Black region were powerful, but they still didn't dare to make a move. A skinny camel was still bigger than a horse. "Sacred Lord Lin, you really know how to joke. The Temporal Temple isn't something we can get rid of. In that case, it's better not to talk about it. After all, you are the Sacred Lord of the Sacred Body Mountain, the leader of the Physique Tempering School." The Dark Shadow Palace Master reminded. Lin Fei didn't seem to care. "What are you afraid of? No matter how powerful the Temporal Temple is, it can't stay that way forever. What do you think will happen to the Sacred Body Mountain in 100,000 years?" If not for Lin Fei's appearance, the Dark Shadow Palace Master dared to say that the Physique Tempering School would become a small school in 100,000 years. However, things were different now. With Lin Fei holding the fort and the invincible engulfment cultivation technique, it was hard to say how far the Sacred Body Mountain School of Body Tempering would go in the future. The Dark Shadow Palace and the Sacred Body Mountain will become allies, the most loyal allies. The Dark Shadow Palace Master didn't answer Lin Fei's question. Instead, he brought up another matter. I believe that if we join forces, there will only be benefits. Sacred Lord Lin, you need an ally, a powerful ally. Lin Fei was not surprised that the palace master of the Dark Shadow Palace was so direct. Ever since he spied on the experts of the Temporal Temple, he knew that this day would come sooner or later. His rise was like a dark horse that blinded everyone's eyes. Don't be fooled by the fact that the Temporal Temple didn't seem to care about him. In fact, they didn't care about him at all. In their eyes, he was just a slightly stronger ant that they could casually kill with a finger. The Massacre God Court, Dark Shadow Palace, and Temporal Temple. Among these three peak forces, the Temporal Temple was the one with the longest history, possessing an unimaginable foundation. The Massacre God Palace and Dark Shadow Palace might seem to share the same name as the Temporal Temple, but in reality, their influence was far inferior. Why should this holy lord believe you? Lin Fei said. The palace master of the Dark Shadow Palace set up a soundproof array formation. I can give you a super gift. Take it as a token of the Alliance's sincerity, and a gift that Holy Lord Lin will not reject. If it's really a gift that I can't refuse, then I can consider the Alliance. Lin Fei wasn't someone who would just listen to everything. The Alliance could. You want Lin Fei to easily agree to the Alliance? That's impossible. The Dark Shadow Palace master wasn't angry. In fact, Holy Lord Lin has seen this gift before. It's the Origin Divine Pool from the Demon Motherland. What if I can let you take this treasure? Origin Divine Pool, take it? Lin Fei was really tempted. Holy Lord Lin's cultivation technique is unique. I believe your need for life energy is greater than anyone else's. The Dark Shadow Palace master smiled. The Origin Divine Pool isn't as simple as you think it is. Currently, only the first level of that treasure has been opened. The Origin Divine Pool has a total of 3 levels and is an 8th grade ultimate god treasure. The Dark Shadow Palace master didn't say anything, but once he did, he threw out a big piece of news. Lin Fei was quite shocked. No way, how is this possible? An 8th grade ultimate god treasure. Lin Fei was completely shocked. The last time he plundered a small part of it, the rich life energy was beyond imagination. Now you're telling me that it's an 8th grade ultimate god treasure with a total of 3 levels and can be taken? Are you kidding me? Lin Fei did have an idea about the Origin Divine Pool. Lin Fei felt like he had been hit by a big pie. The Dark Shadow Palace Master was the one who revealed the secret, so it was at least 60 to 70% true. Nothing's impossible. The Dark Shadow Palace Master said proudly. There are less than 5 people in the entire Sacred Spirit domain who know about the secret. I'm one of them. Lin Fei couldn't help but think of the Demon King's words. The Dark Shadow Palace Master must have come from the Dark Shadow Continent that was destroyed by Yuan Mia's power. It's not every day that we come across an 8th grade ultimate god treasure. The Dark Shadow Palace Master continued. The Origin Divine Pool is rumored to have come from the Primordial Era's top sect, the Gate of God of Origin. If Holy Lord Lin can take control of it, it'll be like adding wings to a tiger. Lin Fei had a huge need for life energy. Once he reached the ultimate god level, every time he healed his injuries, he would need a huge amount of life energy. If he could take the Origin Divine Pool, it would be equivalent to a huge replenishment artifact. Master, if what the Dark Shadow Palace Master said is true, then you must take it. The little devil's voice sounded. According to analysis, the Dark Shadow Palace Master's information is very reliable. You don't have to tell me that, I know that too. Right now, Lin Fei could lack anything but life energy. Moreover, he needed a large amount of life energy. This was something he valued more than anyone else. Fellow Taoist Dark Shadow, just tell me your true goal. The Origin Divine Pond is such an important thing. No matter who it is, they will feel that it is too unreal. This holy master is willing to believe that there is no such thing as a free lunch falling from the sky. The Dark Shadow Palace master did have his own purpose. Alliance, I can give you the origin divine pool technique, but whether you can take it or not is another matter. Even if I were to take action, the success rate would be less than 10%. The Dark Shadow Palace master said directly, apart from that, I also want the first 8 levels of the invincible devouring technique. Lin Fei knew that the Dark Shadow Palace master would not give him such a big gift so easily. Although the origin divine pool is good, do you think it's possible for you to take the first 8 levels of the invincible devouring technique? You said that the success rate would be less than 10%, but my invincible devouring technique will greatly increase the strength of anyone who cultivates it. At the same time, it will also strengthen the strength of one's body and unknowingly break through. Lin Fei smiled. Chapter 31:29. Lin Fei and the Dark Shadow Palace master finally came to an agreement. As for what the Dark Shadow Palace master had sacrificed, no one knew. In any case, the Dark Shadow Palace master had a smile on his face when he left. He was definitely satisfied with his gains. I really didn't expect that a weakened version of the invincible devour that I casually created would be favored by so many people. It's fine if you don't become my enemy, but if you become my enemy, I'll make you regret it. Lin Fei watched the Dark Shadow Palace master leave. After confirming that he had left, he laughed maniacally. He had gained a lot from this trip. Master, the Dark Shadow Palace master isn't a good person. It's extremely difficult to obtain the origin divine lake, and the temporal temple might even be watching. Lin Fei nodded. I naturally know that. Since I know the method, I'm qualified to participate in such a good thing. Even if there is only a 10% chance, Lin Fei had to give it a try. The invincible devourer was not worth mentioning in Lin Fei's eyes, even if he handed over the mantra of the 7th level. In the face of the system's plunder, everything was useless. I have to make some preparations, such as getting some treasures that can resist the power of time. With the spatial transformation bracelet, the power of space did not affect him much. After using it several times, Lin Fei liked the bracelet more and more. Time passed quickly. It was time for the Great Alliance. Lin Fei stood on the sacred sky plaza and summoned the first and second guards, a total of 3,000 people. Do you know what we're going to do? Lin Fei's voice was loud and clear. We're going to kill the enemy. The voices were scattered. Lin Fei shouted, Wrong, we're going to rob. We're going to rob everything we like. Why? We don't have any wealth because we're poor. The 3 patriarchs and 10 elders who were standing at the back were also stunned as they listened to the story. But for some reason, everyone felt an inexplicable excitement when they heard this. The eyes of the 3,000 heavenly gods lit up. It's because we're poor that this sacred lord will bring you to get rich. Lin Fei laughed loudly. In the Devil Country, anyone who obstructs us will be killed. Anyone who likes them will be snatched away. Anyone who obstructs our path will be killed. Who are we? We are the strongest experts of our sacred body mountain. Kill him, kill him. Grab it all, grab it all. When the 3,000 heavenly deities heard this, their blood surged, as if they were injected with chicken blood, extremely excited. Lin Fei's words were very vulgar, but to a group of body transformation style powerhouses, they were very tasteful, and not just tasteful. Someone is blocking our way. What should we do? Kill him. There's a great sovereign blocking our way. Kill him. Lin Fei roared again, wrong. If we run into a grandmaster, we'll just kill him as a group. Use your invincible devour to kill as many as you can. You're a whole. Don't you understand unity? We don't need to care about face. Face is not given but earned. Again, the first guard army and second guard army's emotions were roused. It was as if they could see a large number of treasures flying towards them. Even though they were heavenly deities, they were not very rich. Lin Fei's words had undoubtedly struck a chord in their hearts. Lin Fei was very satisfied with his rally. Lin Fei believed that after taking them on this trip, everyone's mindset would change. This was the result that Lin Fei wanted. If the Sacred Body Mountain's body tempering style wanted to return to its glorious peak, they would need to change their methods. Plunder. This was what Lin Fei was thinking. Even though the Saint Spirit domain looked very peaceful, according to Little Devil's analysis, the Saint Spirit domain was not as peaceful as they had imagined. On the contrary, undercurrents were surging. The chaos in the Devil Country was just the beginning. The 5 top forces of the Black Domain were also restless. These were all deduced from a few clues. As the sacred leader of the Sacred Body Mountain, Lin Fei had a certain responsibility. He had to transform the Sacred Body Mountain. Little Devil's invincible engulfment was the first step, and it gave everyone hope. The effect of this was very good. Now, all the body tempering experts in the Sacred Body Mountain, no matter who they were working hard to accumulate entry points. Everyone saw hope. The second step was to lead the experts of the Sacred Body Mountain and strengthen their confidence. Now the opportunity was here. Surrounding the Devil Country was a very good move. Lin Fei brought his people and set off. The 3 patriarchs stayed in the Sacred Body Mountain with their clones. After cultivating the invincible engulfment, their clone strength had also greatly increased. The Sacred Body Mountain's 5 layers of absolute gravity had also begun. Lin Fei did not want his base to be destroyed when he went out. That would really make him cry. Who asked him to have enemies all over the world? He had to be careful. When the 3,000 guards set off, they caused quite a big commotion. It was grand and majestic. Those heavenly gods who were not qualified to go to the Sacred Body Mountain were all looking forward to it. If it was really as the sacred leaders said, their future would be unimaginable. This time, the Great Alliance gathered at the border of the 3 top forces. Lin Fei and the Dark Shadow Palace Master had formed a secret alliance. He knew some of the Temporal Temple's plans, such as using his Sacred Body Mountain as a sharp blade. 1 Lin Fei's strength was equivalent to thousands of troops and horses. He was the most suitable to be a sharp blade. The experts of the Devil Country were famous for their thick skin and flesh. They were very difficult to deal with. With Lin Fei as the vanguard, it would be the best. According to the words of the Dark Shadow Palace Master, the Temporal Temple would definitely weaken the strength of the Sacred Body Mountain during this operation to annihilate the Demon Empire. They would definitely not allow the Sacred Body Mountain to grow. In the sky leading to the border, Lin Fei met more than 10 groups of people along the way. All of them were members of the Great Alliance. They avoided Lin Fei's battleship as if they were afraid of the plague. Sacred leader, our Sacred Body Mountain is now famous. The 3rd old ancestor laughed proudly. That's right. Our 1st and 2nd guards have all cultivated the invincible Devourer. Who isn't afraid of us? The 2nd old ancestor also said proudly, they all say that our Sacred Body Mountain is now a body tempering school of lunatics. Lin Fei laughed as well. If the body tempering school isn't a lunatic, then who is? Ha ha ha. After walking for half a month, Lin Fei finally arrived at the border with the guards behind him. As soon as he stepped into the border, he stood on the battleship and looked at the huge cities on the other side. They were built by the Devil Country. They had constructed huge arrays and added all sorts of attributes. The subordinate forces of the 3 top forces had suffered greatly. Chapter 30:130. We're going to be alone. Lin Fei brought the Sacred Body Mountain Guard Army to the border and was quickly arranged to set up camp there. Apart from the Sacred Body Mountain, there was no other power to be found in the surroundings. It seemed empty and lonely. The 3 ancestors mocked themselves. This was the first time they had encountered such treatment. That person from the Temporal Temple must have arranged this on purpose. The third ancestor was very unhappy. They should have arranged for us to be near the headquarters. Speak less. No one will think that you're mute, the first ancestor shouted. The three ancestors were very dissatisfied with this place. Lin Fei did not care about this matter. All right, there's no need to say any more. The first and second guard army will take action. Since they arranged for us to stay here, everyone needs to be on high alert. Actually, Lin Fei had expected this when he came. The Dark Shadow Palace Master, the spy, had given Lin Fei a lot of information. For example, the headquarters of the Alliance would definitely be suppressed. After all, Lin Fei's Sacred Body Mountain training style had been showing off his abilities recently. Everyone was afraid of the Sacred Body Mountain. After arranging for the Sacred Body Mountain Guard Army to stay, Lin Fei went to report. They wanted to find an excuse, but Lin Fei did not give them what they wanted. In the headquarters of the Alliance, Lin Fei met Supreme Sovereign Invincible Metal. The moment he came over, he winked at Lin Fei. Sacred Lord Lin, you're really amazing. They suffered at your hands again. Invincible Metal said in a low voice, his face full of smiles. Lin Fei glanced at Invincible Metal. You're really well informed. Invincible Metal chuckled. If you're not well informed, you'll suffer sooner or later. Ha ha ha. Lin Fei laughed but did not say anything. You made them suffer. You have to be careful. It's not easy to encircle the Devil Motherland. They will definitely plot against you. I don't want Sacred Lord Lin to die so quickly. That's not something meaningful to the Saint Spirit world. I feel that the Saint Spirit world is very interesting now. Invincible Metal laughed evilly. All right, another fellow who wanted to see the world in chaos. Alliance main camp. Those who saw Lin Fei and Jean Booby all stood to the side. They didn't even greet them and just looked at them with a look of schadenfreude. Neither Lin Fei nor Jean Bubao cared about it. Sacred Lord Lin, we were just talking about you. I didn't expect you to be here so soon. In the base camp, after reporting to Jean Bubang, Lin Fei arrived at the base camp. The base camp was very empty. Other than the Temporal Temple, there was also the Dark Shadow Palace Master and the Massacre Sect Master. The Space-Time Palace Master said with a smile. The Dark Shadow Palace Master and the Massacre Sect Master were also smiling. The former's smile was friendly, while the latter's smile was fake. He was gloating. For the Alliance Master to mention me, I've gained a lot of face. Lin Fei said with a smile. Just because of these words, our Sacred Body Mountain will perform well and be determined to conquer the Demon Motherland. Talking about himself? In the end, he was still scheming. How could Lin Fei not know that? He might as well go along with him. The Space-Time Palace Master said passionately, if all the forces in the Saint Spirit world had the same awareness as Sacred Lord Lin, the Demon Motherland wouldn't be so arrogant. We would have destroyed it long ago. The Dark Shadow Palace Master and the Massacre Sect Master agreed. Sacred Lord Lin, since your people are here, the first order to besiege the Demon Motherland will be completed by your Sacred Body Mountain. Military orders must be obeyed. You have to live up to expectations. The Space-Time Palace Master's tone changed as he said solemnly, Yes. Lin Fei didn't want to stay here any longer. This is the mission of your Sacred Body Mountain. A scroll flew over and stopped in front of Lin Fei. There was a seal on it. Lin Fei grabbed the scroll and opened it. His expression changed slightly. I swear to complete the mission with my life. The Space-Time Palace Master was well aware of the harsh requirements of the mission. He believed that Lin Fei would fly into a rage out of humiliation, and he didn't mind teaching him a lesson. However, Lin Fei endured it. This was quite a surprise. Good. The entire Alliance will be waiting for you. The Space-Time Palace Master smiled. Taoist Jean, this is your mission. I hope you can complete it and contribute greatly to the Demon Motherland. Jean Boubet laughed as he took the scroll. "We also swear to complete the mission with our lives. Want to sit together?" Jean Boubet took the initiative to invite Lin Fei. "Sure," Lin Fei said with a smile. Lin Fei arrived at Jean Boubet's headquarters. There weren't many Jingguang tribe experts, only about 5,000, and all of them were elites. In this kind of war, those with weak strength would be sending themselves to their deaths. They had to be at least 7th or 8th order heavenly god realm, especially when they were facing the demon, motherlands, devil soldiers, and generals. The temporal temple is really trying to weaken us, ah. Jean Boubet passed the scroll to Lin Fei. Lin Fei chuckled. "We're about the same." The mission on the scroll was simple. They had to break through the demon motherland's left and right defensive lines in half a year's time. This mission wasn't simple at all. Those formations were linked together, forming a huge formation. It wasn't that easy to break through. We're sharing most of the pressure while they're attacking the middle. What a good plan, ah. Jean Boubet smiled bitterly. "I wonder if Holy Lord Lin has any good ideas? Kill the leader and ambush them." Lin Fei ordered. The demon motherland's defensive lines were the first line of defense. If they didn't break through this line, they wouldn't be able to kill their way in. We're in deep trouble this time. I just found out that the Massacre, God Court, and Dark Shadow Palace are in charge of the defensive lines, but the pressure on us is the greatest. If things go wrong, we'll suffer heavy losses. Jean Boubet didn't look worried, but he was cursing inwardly. Easier said than done. Holy Lord, this mission is too difficult. When the 3 old ancestors saw the scroll, their faces turned serious. This wasn't a simple mission. Those big cities were blessed with all kinds of attributes, and they would suffer heavy losses if they charged head-on. The devil soldiers and generals inside were not to be trifled with. In a head-on confrontation, not many people could withstand them. Even though the strength of the 1st and 2nd Guard armies of the Sacred Body Mountain had greatly increased, the odds of victory were not very high. The casualty rate was very high. I think they're doing this on purpose. Why do we have to be in charge of the left defensive line, and it's only our Sacred Body Mountain? Holy Lord, why don't we protest? Lin Fei smiled. Forget it. They're targeting us on purpose. What we need to do now is to attack our way through. Inform the others to rest for a night, and we'll act tomorrow. Wasn't it just sweeping through these cities? It might be difficult for others, but was it difficult for him? It wasn't difficult at all. After all, he had the system space. If he were to charge in single-handedly and let him out, the outcome of the battle would be decided by him. Chapter 30-131. In the Great Alliance's base camp, the Space-Time Temple Master was conversing with a hierarch. "Taoist Hong Sky, your schemes are impressive. Unknowingly, you managed to scam that brat Lin Fei." The Space-Time Temple Master laughed. "It's all thanks to Taoist Hong Sky's help. I didn't expect that Lin Fei would be so cunning as to accept the mission directly. I thought he would cause a ruckus." Hierarch Hong Sky gritted his teeth at the mention of Lin Fei. A troublemaker, like him, indeed needs to be dealt with. The Space-Time Temple Master naturally knew that Hierarch Hong Sky had suffered a huge loss at the hands of Lin Fei. He wouldn't be foolish enough to mention it. He definitely wouldn't expect that the left path is where most of the experts from the Devil Motherland are gathered. "I won't be able to take this lying down if I don't give him a huge present," Hierarch Hong Sky said sinisterly. "As long as we severely injure Lin Fei, we can proceed with the rest of the plan. It's a pleasure working with you." The Space-Time Temple Master smiled. Devil Motherland, ancestral grounds. The Saint Spirit world formed an alliance and prepared to attack the Devil Motherland. The Devil Motherland received the news immediately. In the following period of time, they made some arrangements. "Ruler, we just received news that the Space-Time Temple Master, that old fox, arranged for Saint Body Mountain's Lin Fei to attack our left path, the Jingguang tribe to attack our right path, and the rest to attack the middle path. A demon general hurried in to report. The Devil 33 ruler sat high up in his seat, emitting an aura that looked down on the world. What an old fox! The Devil 33 ruler laughed. St. Body Mountain's Lin Fei is famous now, especially with that invincible Devourer. It's a good idea to use them as the vanguard. When the higher-ups of the Devil Motherland heard that Lin Fei was going to attack the left path, they all revealed murderous intent. They couldn't forget the humiliation that Lin Fei had brought them in the Devil Motherland. Ruler, Lin Fei must die. It's best to capture him alive and suppress him. If our Devil Motherland can master his invincible Devourer, we will be able to conquer the Saint Spirit world. That's right. We must capture Lin Fei. The Demon 33 country lord said calmly, "This country lord already has a plan for this matter. You don't need to say anything more. They want us around and attack our demon motherland. This time, we will make them pay the price in blood." After they left, the Demon 33 country king summoned his trusted aide. "Tell the generals on the left that if they encounter Lin Fei of the Sacred Body Mountain, they can retreat if they can't stop him, but they must pretend to resist. Understood?" MO33's trusted aide received the order and left. "You were lucky enough to escape last time, but this time, no matter how many of you come, you'll all die. There's no need to leave." At this moment, the Demon 33 country lord's face was filled with confidence, as if everything was within his grasp. Without notifying anyone, Lin Fei set off with the first and second guards. They were all stored in the system space. As soon as the space transformation bracelet unfolded, Lin Fei turned into space and quietly left. Before leaving, Lin Fei took a stroll around the area. Speaking of which, there really were spies hiding in the void watching him. Keep an eye on them. Lin Fei clapped his hands and left. Outside the border, ruins could be seen everywhere. These were all traces left behind when the demon nation expanded outwards. Billions of miles away, the first huge city appeared. Unlike the usual cities, these cities were shaped like pyramids, and at the top of the pyramids, there was a unique treasure placed there. This is the Earth's slow attribute. Lin Fei walked around and found out what the attribute was. The Demon 33 Country King is more powerful than I thought to be able to create such a thing. Lin Fei's gaze moved back and forth on the bead. The harvest this time should be more bountiful than I thought. Break the formation. These formations seemed to be very high level. In Lin Fei's eyes, it was just a matter of time. If 1 hour wasn't enough, then he would give it another 2 hours. 1 hour later, Lin Fei entered the pyramid city through an opening and hovered above the pyramid. He threw a surveillance camera over, and his heart couldn't help but tremble. Wow, this city is actually heavily guarded. There are 30,000 demon soldiers, 50 demon venerables, and 10 great demon venerables. The demon nation is really rich. Lin Fei realized that if they attacked head-on, they would all die. No wonder they asked me to attack the left side. This is the most dangerous side. Thinking about the demon nation's origin deity's lake, it was not surprising that there were so many experts guarding it. They occupied half of the Saint Spirit domain and captured a large number of slaves. How many experts could they nurture? Space-Time Palace Master, you think too lightly. Lin Fei turned into a ghost and pounced towards the top of the pyramid. He reached out and grabbed. With a loud rumble, the bead at the top released tens of thousands of rays of light. It turned out that this was also a big trap. Lin Fei's palm released a faint golden light. It was the godly venerable level body. The golden light landed on the godly venerable level body and bounced off. The bead also fell into his hand. Luckily, I have the godly venerable level body. If it was an ordinary godly venerable, this kind of penetrating power would definitely penetrate through his palm and even affect his body. After using all kinds of methods, Lin Fei was also convinced by the demon nation. As soon as the bead landed in his hand, the slowing power swept over. Lin Fei flipped his hand, and the bead fell into the system space. The slowing attribute that shrouded the pyramid disappeared completely. Who is it? Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. The great venerables rushed out. The 10 demon venerables wore black armor and only revealed a pair of eyes. Die. Lin Fei could not be bothered with them. The blue ice divine wings flew out and turned into a blue stream of water, crushing over the great venerables. The 10 great venerables of the demon nation fell from the sky, lifeless. Lin Fei could easily kill the great venerables of the demon nation without any pressure. Only Lin Fei could kill them so easily. Kill them all and rob them all. The things are all yours. With a wave of Lin Fei's hand, the first and second defense guards were released. After a short moment of confusion, they knew what they were going to do. Kill. The demon nation's demon army, everyone attack. Although the 3,000 guards were nothing, they were still very terrifying when they joined forces. They were like a sharp knife that pierced into the demon army. The 3 great ancestors also came out. The demon nation is really a terrifying race. The 3 great ancestors looked at the tragic battle below and did not help them. They only used their divine senses to lock onto the demon venerable level experts. Chapter 30, 132. The 3,000 guards bared their sharp fangs for the first time. There's a demon sovereign here. Everyone attack together and suck him dry. Hundreds of experts surrounded and attacked. The demon sovereign was very strong. He easily sent the heavenly gods flying. In the next moment, they surrounded again and didn't give up. They fought head-on. You suck, I suck, everyone suck. The demon sovereigns couldn't take it anymore. They lost a portion to one heavenly god and another heavenly god. Most importantly, they couldn't stop it. What kind of terrifying technique is this? I don't want to give up. The demon sovereign screamed in despair. He was sucked dry in a few moves. After the first demon sovereign was sucked dry, everyone was pumped up. They stared at the other demon sovereigns and surrounded them. The guards' injuries recovered in the blink of an eye with the help of life energy. After witnessing the domineering power of this technique, they attacked the demon sovereign soldiers and generals even more crazily. A few besieged one, a dozen, or even 100 besieged one. Shameless? It didn't matter anymore. If the demon sovereigns could use numbers, why couldn't they? The experts from the demon sovereigns didn't care at first. So what if there were 3,000 heavenly gods? They were like vegetables being chopped up. In the end, they encountered the terrifying Saint Body Mountain guards who had secret techniques. First, they were separated by the Imperial guards, and then they were annihilated one by one. Later on, the experts from the demon sovereigns were afraid. The 3,000 heavenly gods were more terrifying than they had imagined. They were almost unkillable. Fight head-on? Their advantage was gone. As soon as they came into contact with each other, their life force was sucked away. They had to defend with all their might in order to suppress it. It was still fine if there was only one of them, but the heavenly deities of the Saint Body Mountain didn't care about the rules. They attacked one after the other, causing their life force to be unable to be suppressed any longer. After a fierce battle, the Saint Body Mountain guards suffered light losses. However, everyone was injured. Saint Lord, they gained a lot. This is the domineering aura that body cultivators should have. The 3 old ancestors' faces were flushed. They couldn't miss such a good opportunity. The demon sovereigns were sucked dry by the 3 of them, except for a few left for the heavenly god guards. The first battle went very smoothly. It was better than expected. Pack up. We're going to raid the second city. Lin Fei squinted. We'll take down as many as we can while they're unprepared. Since there weren't many casualties, Lin Fei was relieved. After learning the invincible Devour, the Empyrean Guard Army's greatest shortcoming was that they were unable to fight one-on-one against the experts of the Devil Empire. But now things were different. After all, the demon nation's demon soldiers were very powerful, especially their bodies. They could easily defeat those of the same level in a one-on-one fight. But now it was completely different. Even if he was injured, his injuries wouldn't worsen after he plundered the life energy. He would unknowingly recover. This became a nightmare for the experts of the Devil Empire. The advantage was gone. The First and Second Guards armies had tasted the sweetness of victory. Every time he absorbed it, his physical body would be strengthened to a certain extent. This was something that all heavenly deities of the body tempering school dreamed of. When they fought against the experts of the Devil Motherland, they were full of motivation. Even when they were injured, they still attacked crazily. If one wasn't enough, they would attack 2 or even 3. I can embed this slow pearl and release the slow attribute within a certain range. This is a good thing. This thing was useless to Lin Fei, but it was useful to the guard army. Although the slow pearl's range wasn't large, it was most suitable for the guard army. With the slow pearl, it could further suppress the experts of the Devil Motherland. It wasn't easy for him to bring out a batch of guard army. Lin Fei didn't want too many of them to die. That would be too much of a pity. Lin Fei was also preparing to properly nurture the First and Second Guards armies. In the future, this batch of guard army would be the upper echelon of the Sacred Body Mountains Body Tempering School. When I go back this time, I must get a body tempering technique. This way, their strength will increase the fastest. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. Earth binding. The second city. As soon as Lin Fei entered, vines shot out from the ground and wrapped around him. It's down there. Just like the previous time, Lin Fei easily broke through the earth binding and obtained an earth-colored pearl. He released the guard army and fought for 2 hours, killing all of them, leaving behind an empty city. Metal Age Chi, what a domineering pearl. The third city was set up with Metal Age Chi, which had an extremely strong penetrative power. When Lin Fei appeared, the dense and boundless Metal Age Chi penetrated him, shaking his divine supreme body and leaving behind white marks. The most terrifying thing was that even the body armor couldn't stop this penetration. By the time one reacted, the Metal Age Chi would land on them, and they wouldn't even know how they died. If the Great Alliance attacked them one by one, they would have to pay a huge price. Lin Fei didn't stand on ceremony and kept the Metal Age Chi pearl. It was a golden pearl, and with a little refining, it would be a terrifying treasure. The Great Alliance. Report: the Sacred Body Mountain has broken through the first city. Report: the Sacred Body Mountain has broken through the second city and broken through the earth binding. Report: the Sacred Body Mountain has broken through the third city and broken through the Metal Age Chi. Report: the scouts kept reporting the situation. Every city was broken through, and the city gates were opened, leaving behind dried corpses on the ground. To the Great Alliance, this was a very exciting event. We've underestimated Lin Fei. Those fellows from the demonic motherland are really useless. Hierarch Great Sky had planned to use the experts of the demonic empire to deal with Lin Fei. However, Lin Fei was unstoppable. He destroyed 12 cities in a row and obtained treasures one after another. It was very difficult to break through the cities of the demonic motherland head-on. This was also why Hierarch Hong Heaven had used such a method to scheme against Lin Fei. They would never have guessed that Lin Fei had the system. No matter what formation it was, there would always be a flaw, and Lin Fei would be able to sneak in. They didn't have the ability to do so. If they fought head-on, they might not be able to break through even with 10 times the casualties. Previously, the 3 top forces had experienced this firsthand. Now that they looked at Lin Fei's Sacred Body Mountain, they didn't feel good no matter how they looked at it. When the people behind them entered, everything was plundered and only corpses were left behind. It was really killing and robbing everything. Those who went and came out with their eyes wide open. They had never seen such a shameless heavenly God. Everything was taken away, and all that was left were those horrifying shriveled corpses. Chapter 31-33. Lin Fei didn't care about what the Space-Time Palace Master was thinking. He was currently leading the Imperial Guard Army to raid the various cities. Saint Lord, they ran away! The third old ancestor's voice was heard. They used the teleportation formation. The opposing formation was also destroyed. We can't chase them. Second old ancestor returned, helplessly. Only these demon soldiers are left. Great old ancestor returned. This was half a month after Lin Fei led the guards to attack the cities. Ever since the previous city, every time Lin Fei broke through, the people in the city would run away. It was much simpler this time. The high-ranking officers were gone. Only 20 to 30,000 demon soldiers were left. They don't want to play with us anymore. They can't afford to lose. Lin Fei was startled. He couldn't help but shake his head. Demon Country's 33 king was more cowardly than he thought. After raiding 17 or 18 cities in a row, the wild nature of the 3,000 guards had been nurtured. They were all bloodthirsty. Now, all of them were filled with killing intent. Whoever was stared at by them would feel a chill in their bones. Lin Fei was prepared to continue training the Close Guard Army. In a short period of time, hundreds of Close Guard Army soldiers had broken through. It was best to use the demon motherland to train them, but in the end they had all run away. Saint Lord, what should we do now? The three old ancestors also had an appetite. They didn't care about anything below the demon venerables. Even the demon venerables weren't interested. Those pitiful, great demon venerables were unlucky. They ate them all. Let's see. Lin Fei really couldn't find anything good about this move of the Demon Country's 33 king. When he came, he was prepared to kill his way through. When he reached the Demon Country's ancestral land, his guards would become a wolf-like elite army. This was also the reason why Lin Fei had brought 3,000 personal guards with him. Soldiers weren't about numbers, but quality. They broke through a few more cities. The thing that Lin Fei didn't want to happen the most happened. Demon Country's 33 king is such a coward. In every city, the pearls were gone. The demon venerables were gone. The great demon venerables were gone, and the rest were just small fries. Unhappy. Lin Fei was quite unhappy. The three ancestral patriarchs were also extremely displeased. Holy Lord, why don't we switch to another path? For example, the middle path or the right path. They won't be prepared for that. The third ancestor suggested. The eyes of the other two ancestral patriarchs lit up. That was one way. Lin Fei waved his hand. Forget it, there's no need for that. Who knows, the Space-Time Hall Master might even want us to change places and give us another big hat. The three ancestral patriarchs were disappointed. You don't have to worry. We, the Imperial Guards, will have plenty of opportunities. Lin Fei said with a smile, the left side has collapsed by itself. Tell the people below to consolidate their strength. We're slowing down. The Space-Time Palace Master was currently leading his men to attack the middle lane. Some people were quite unhappy that they failed to scheme against Lin Fei. However, when they attacked the middle path, they suffered great losses. The Demon Country was already prepared and couldn't think of any other way apart from a forceful attack. The Space-Time Hall Master and the other allied forces suffered heavy losses. In a month's time, they barely managed to break through 5 cities. If this was a normal time, this result would be very good. However, compared to Lin Fei's left side, the difference was too big. They had broken through more than 20 cities and almost swept through everything. Space-Time Hall Master, your people aren't good enough. They aren't even as good as Sacred Lord Lin Fei on the left. Ha ha ha. In the sky above a city that radiated a scorching aura, the muscular figure of the Demon Country's 33 king appeared in front of the Space-Time Hall Master. He was in a good mood, and his words were filled with mockery and provocation. The Space-Time Hall Master originally wanted to suppress Lin Fei. If he could give him a big hat, that would be the best. However, the demon country's blockade on the left side seemed to be non-existent. He didn't like hearing the name Lin Fei the most right now. Demon Countries 33, don't be too happy. Sacred Lord Lin Fei is a member of the Great Alliance. Let's see how you'll deal with him once he gets close to the demon country's ancestral grounds. The space-time Hall Master wouldn't fall for the trap and purposely mentioned Lin Fei. The demon country's 33 king had an expression of nonchalance. Who's afraid of who? You should think about how to attack first. The demon country's 33 king said. This king feels that you should use the palace treasure. It's faster and more satisfying. You'll see soon enough. The space-time Hall Master retreated with his people. Attacking the demon country wasn't something that could be done in a day or two. King, Sacred Lord Lin Fei, has purposely slowed down on the left side. What should we do? The demon country's 33 king had a headache dealing with Lin Fei. The city's array could stop the space-time Hall Master and the others, but it couldn't stop Sacred Lord Lin Fei. Even now, no one knew how he managed to sneak in. The array wasn't damaged at all, but he was still able to sneak in. It was indeed unimaginable and impossible to guard against. Your Majesty, I'm going to meet that guy personally. The MO33 country ruler had seen Lin Fei's destructive power before. Now he had brought in even more destructive personal guards with him. The MO Empire's demon soldiers and demon generals would not be able to withstand their siege. This made the MO33 country ruler want to vomit blood. It was just one monster, and there were so many of them. How could that be? Lin Fei had created the invincible devour technique, and it had become an existence that the Devil 33 country lords were gnashing their teeth in anger. They truly loved and hated Lin Fei at the same time. Why wasn't Lin Fei a member of their devil country? This thought appeared in the mind of the demon 33 rulers more than once. With the help of such a cultivation technique, it was not impossible for them to dominate the Saint Spirit domain. Lin Fei was constantly paying attention to the progress of the Great Alliance. There was not much progress in the middle. On the right, the experts led by Invincible Jean were efficient, but compared to Lin Fei's side, they were far behind. Now, the speed at which Lin Fei attacked the cities had slowed down. Each city did not need to be attacked much. As long as he went and opened the array, the rest would be simple. Now, only that array could affect them. The demon soldiers inside were no longer invincible in the eyes of the personal guards. Lin Fei was not idle either. He used materials to refine treasures. Slowing scepter, gold age scepter, and so on. A series of scepters. The core treasures all came from the contributions of the devil country. In the hands of the personal guards, the effects were very good. In a small area, the personal guards would be affected by 30 to 40%. Among them, the more overbearing was the Gold Age Scepter. It could penetrate the defenses of the personal guards. The scariest thing was that it could penetrate the defenses of the personal guards in an instant. There was no way to block it. Only great paragons with stronger defenses could withstand it. As for the other precious pearls, they were also quite powerful. Lin Fei divided the personal guards into 10 small teams, and each team had 300 heaven gods. He gave them the scepters to use, and the teams started to learn to cooperate with each other. At night, the demon 33 country lords have come to my place in the middle of the night. Are you trying to sneak an attack on me? Chapter 31-34. Demon Country, Lord 33, had come at night, not intending to avoid Lin Fei. This young, holy Lord Lin Fei was not as simple as he thought. If one thought that he could hide from Lin Fei, then one was underestimating Lin Fei, who had made so many enemies in the Saint Spirit domain. Holy Lord Lin, you really know how to joke. MO 33 country Lord revealed himself. You are the famous Saint Body Mountains, Saint Master of the Saint Body Mountain. Who would ambush you? Both the Temporal Temple and the Heavenly Feather Race have suffered greatly because of you. In the palace, Lin Fei smiled at Demon Country, Lord 33. But I feel that you are here to sneak up on me. Demon Country Lord 33 had only sent an avatar, so he was not that worried. Holy Lord Lin, I am only an avatar. If I sneak up on you, wouldn't that be suicide? Actually, Lin Fei was not surprised that this Demon Country Lord had come to find him. Lin Fei knew that the Demon 33 Kingdoms ruler was planning something. At the very least, he didn't want to waste too much energy on the Demon 33 Kingdoms royal guards. Even if these cities were guarded by godly venerables, they might not be able to stop Holy Lord Lin Fei. Ha ha ha, Country Lord, we are old friends. Your demon country gave me so many benefits back then. Why would you sneak up on me? I was just joking with you. Lin Fei laughed loudly. Devil 33's ruler actually wanted to say that he didn't like this kind of joke. When he thought about how Lin Fei had plundered the life energy from the Genesis Divine Lake, how he had killed experts, and how he had brought his personal guards to feed on the devil soldiers and generals, he felt extremely displeased. He knew that even the two patriarchs wouldn't be able to capture Lin Fei, much less him. Holy Lord Lin is right. We are old friends. Demon Country, Lord 33, tried his best to remain calm. Actually, I came this time to give Holy Lord Lin a gift. A big gift. Lin Fei was still smiling. Give me a present? Are you that kind? Don't tell me you're plotting against this sacred lord. No, absolutely not. The Demon 33 Country Lord said with a dry smile. As long as Sacred Lord Lin doesn't continue to attack the cities, our demon empire is willing to give Sacred Lord Lin 10% of the life energy in the Origin God Lake. Lin Fei was very surprised. Since when did the Demon 33 Country Lord become so generous? 10% of the Origin Divine Pool's life energy was a huge amount of life energy. More importantly, this life energy had been condensed. 10% of the life energy was equivalent to 50 to 60% of normal life energy. 10%? Too little. Lin Fei shook his head. You should know that this holy lord has brought 3,000 guards with him. 10% of the life energy isn't enough. We need at least 50%. The Demon 33 Country Lord was startled. This was different from what he had imagined. Weren't you going to tactfully reject him? Why did you raise your request like this? Things had gone too smoothly, somewhat out of the expectations of the Demon 33 Kings. 50%? No. The Demon 33 Country Lord shook his head. At most 15%. You should know that the Origin Divine Lake consumes a lot of energy. 50%. Lin Fei had never thought of attacking the ancestors' land. He wouldn't do something that was strenuous and unrewarding. He still remembered the Shadow Palace Master's words. Who knew if there was someone behind them, trying to be the fisherman? Lin Fei wasn't in a hurry. An 8th grade ultimate god treasure wasn't that easy to get. Lin Fei could afford to wait. He didn't want to put himself in danger. Who knew if the Origin Divine Lake had any killing moves left? The Shadow Palace Master's words couldn't be completely new. Who could guarantee that no one else knew about this news? For example, the Demon Monarch had clearly come to the same place as him. Who knew if he had heard anything? Lin Fei continued to bargain with the Demon 33 Country Lord. 50%. 17%. It's still 50%. Lin Fei refused to budge. The number of Demon 33 Country Lords continued to increase, all the way until it reached 20%. 20% it is. Your demon nation is too stingy. You control the Origin Divine Lake, and yet you're still so stingy. Lin Fei snorted. The Demon 33 Country Lord showed an expression of relief and pretended to be in pain. Sacred Lord Lin, 20% of the life energy. You really can take it. Your demon nation is rich and overbearing. What's there to worry about? Lin Fei smiled. Let's use life crystals as the source of life energy. I believe that you will have a way. Also, every city cannot be lacking in demonic soldiers. At the very least, we have to put on a show. After all, this Holy Lord is also a member of the League of Mercenaries. The Demon 33 country Lord nodded. Life crystals are not a problem. 30,000 demon soldiers are also not a problem, as long as Sacred Lord Lin maintains this pace. After the negotiation, the Demon 33 country Lord left. Master, this guy doesn't mean what he says. After the Demon 33 country Lord left, the little fiend spoke. Lin Fei nodded. Indeed, he doesn't mean what he says. If he's unaccountably solicitous, he's hiding evil intentions. This is exactly what the Demon 33 country lord is talking about. My relationship with him isn't as good as he took the initiative to give me a gift. Moreover, it's such a big gift. If there's no problem here, I won't believe it even if you beat me to death. This Demon 33 country lord is trying to confuse Master. This time the Grand Alliance's attack on the Demon Nation won't be that easy. The little fiend analyzed. Master also needs to be careful. I just analyzed it. If there's really a problem, it's most likely related to the Origin Divine Lake. Lin Fei nodded. If the little fiend could analyze it, then he had also thought about it. Back in the Demon Nation's last ancestral land, he had seen the power of the Origin Divine Lake. It had an endless plundering ability, and the origin beasts that lived in the Origin Divine Lake. Even now, he still had lingering fears. Even though his strength had increased, and with the secret mentioned by the Dark Shadow Palace Master, Lin Fei didn't dare to take it lightly. Who knew how many secrets the Demon Nation's two great ancestors knew about the Origin Divine Lake? They can do whatever they want. Now that I've formed the Divine Venerable Body, those Divine Venerables who have become Divine Venerables, their Emperor can't compare to me. If I have to die, it'll be them who die first. I'll take this batch of benefits first. 20% of the life crystals. Lin Fei didn't care much about it. However, for the Sacred Body Mountain, this was a good thing to take out as a reward. He was a sacred lord, and his wallet was also very loose. If he didn't take advantage of this, then he would be a bastard. It wouldn't be easy for the Demon Nation to scheme against him. His system wasn't a vegetarian. If there was real danger, he would know once he got close to the Demon Nation's ancestral land. The Demon 33 country lord did as he promised. Soon, 20% of the life crystals were delivered. The quality was very good. The life crystals of your Demon Nation are still the best. Lin Fei smiled and accepted it all. He patted his chest. This sacred lord has accepted the things. Next, we'll definitely slow down the pace. I guarantee that you'll be satisfied. The Demon 33 country lord expressed his trust in Lin Fei. Demon Nation lord, your Demon Nation can't be resigned to fate, right? This sacred lord can slow down, but they can't. We'll have to fight sooner or later. Chapter 3135. In the blink of an eye, 500 years had passed. It had been 500 years since the Great Alliance attacked the Demon Motherland. In everyone's eyes, 500 years was just a blink of an eye. They didn't feel much of a difference. The Demon Motherland city barriers were connected one after another. It was very difficult to take them down. Therefore, the progress in the past 500 years wasn't very fast. So far, the strongest combatants were only great venerables. None of the godly venerables took action. Compared to the previous time, the Demon Motherland's barriers were much more powerful. It was also very difficult to break through the barriers. In the past 500 years, the Great Alliance suffered heavy casualties. They had to pay a huge price to capture every city. In the past 500 years, more than half of the progress had been made. Every city had also begun to be heavily guarded. How's the progress on Sacred Lord Lin's side? Temporary camp. The space-time temple master asked his subordinate. Still the same. Not much progress. It seems like he's slacking on purpose. The subordinate reported. It wasn't the first time the space-time temple master asked such a question. Ever since they started attacking the demon motherland, the guards led by Lin Fei were very agile at the beginning. Later on, they started to slow down. This made the space-time temple master uncomfortable. After his plan failed, he hoped that Lin Fei would be the first to attack the 5 ancestral lands of the demon motherland so that he could attract the firepower from the middle and right. Only then would they be able to chase after him. In the end, Lin Fei seemed to be mute. His speed gradually slowed down. He wasn't as unstoppable as before, especially in the past 300 years. Although the left side's progress was faster than the middle and right, it wasn't by much. Because of this, the space-time temple master specially called for Lin Fei to ask him what was going on. He wanted to give him a warning. Lin Fei's reason was good. The secret treasures were used up. It could only mean that they were attacking. Naturally, the difficulty was higher. Facing Lin Fei's reply, the space-time temple master really didn't know what to say. Lin Fei did put in effort. Those cities were indeed hard to break through with the help of attributes. Lin Fei did not slack off either. The spies he arranged were not to be trifled with. Go and tell Sacred Lord Lin Fei that the progress is too slow after 500 years. We need to speed things up. It would be best if he personally takes action. We need to go straight to the root of the problem. Regardless of the progress, the space-time palace master was not very satisfied. Lin Fei was very relaxed at the moment, ever since they received benefits from the demon 33 Country King. The speed at which they attacked the cities slowed down. Every time they attacked a city, they would put on a good show. He would not attack personally and would let the guards attack directly. They would attack a few times today and a few more the next day. Every city would take up a lot of time. Lin Fei's reason was also very good. Those secret treasures had been used up. Naturally, he wouldn't be able to move at that speed. He could only take one step at a time. The space-time temple master really couldn't find anything to say about this explanation. As for Lin Fei not making a move, that was also very normal. If he did everything himself, how could he be a holy lord? Unless the other party mobilized an expert of the same level. This holy lord understands this matter. Hearing the words of the space-time palace master's trusted subordinate, Lin Fei replied in a very formal manner. Help me pass the message. It's not that this holy lord isn't doing his best. It's just that the cities are not easy to attack. Furthermore, my guards have lost many people. I can't afford to lose them. His trusted subordinate had been here countless times. He was already used to this kind of reply. Holy Lord, it doesn't seem to be a solution for us to drag things out like this. After the trusted subordinate left, the 3 old ancestors came in. The great ancestor said worriedly, Lin Fei purposely did not increase the speed of conquering the demon nation. He did not tell the 3 old ancestors. It was better for fewer people to know about this. As for the demon 33 Country King, if he did not say anything, the demon 33 Country King would definitely not say anything. This was something that Lin Fei trusted. It's fine. Anyway, we are faster than the other 2 routes. Unless the space-time palace master personally takes action, they probably won't. At least for the next 500 years. They will still be besieging each other. Lin Fei said with a smile. The 3 old ancestors laughed bitterly. Holy Lord, the guards are filled with anger. I'm afraid that if this continues, we won't be able to suppress them. The great ancestor said helplessly. After cultivating the invincible devour, the life energy in their bodies had increased. After the bloody battle, coupled with the fact that they had not fought for a long time. They were all filled with anger. Fortunately, Lin Fei was there to suppress them. "Tell them to wait a little longer," Lin Fei said. "Remind them again. If anyone can't hold it in, they won't have the chance to learn the physique cultivation technique first." The eyes of the 3 old ancestors lit up. They knew that the Holy Lord was deducing a physique cultivation technique. Furthermore, it was the physique cultivation technique that Holy Lord Lin Fei cultivated. The strength of the Holy Lord's physical body was terrifying. The entire sage body mountain was clear about this. "Master, the physique cultivation technique is done." Another 50 years passed. Little Devil sent good news. The physique cultivation technique that had been researched and deduced by the system was finally done. Lin Fei was not very good at creating a cultivation technique. However, Little Devil's system was good at it. This time it took a long time. Fortunately, there was a result. Life Divine Body. After seeing the name, Lin Fei couldn't help but want to vomit blood. This name is not domineering at all. Change it, I must change it. Let's call it 9 Heaven Defying Heavenly Body. Lin Fei didn't like this name. All right. The name was changed to 9 Heaven Defying Heavenly Body. After carefully reading it, Lin Fei was quite satisfied. Good stuff. It's really good stuff. After cultivating to 9 Heaven Defying Heavenly Body, how many levels will it be like? Lin Fei couldn't help but ask. 9 Heaven Defying Heavenly Body Perfection. It definitely won't be as domineering as Heavenly Body, but it can also become a peak, great venerable. Little Devil said, "This is easier than any physique cultivation technique. I just need to absorb life energy continuously." The greatest advantage of this cultivation technique was to absorb life energy and use a special method to strengthen one's physical body. Let's take out the first level for them to learn first, so that they won't have any problems. The 9 Heaven Defying Heavenly Body appeared. The Imperial Guards cheered. The physique cultivation techniques they cultivated were very messy. After Lin Fei took out the Heaven Defying Heavenly Body, they did not hesitate to give up on their previous physique cultivation techniques and started cultivating from scratch. Once they started cultivating, they experienced the power of the 9 Heaven Defying Heavenly Body. 600 years later, a hierarch expert made a move. The first to make a move was the Space-Time Temple Master. That day, he split the city with a sword. All the arrays stopped in front of the sword, and all the demon soldiers and demon generals in the city grew old. The whole process took only one sword. Space-Time Temple's Treasure, the Sword of Time. Chapter 31-36. The Space-Time Temple Master, the Alliance Master of the Great Alliance, personally took action. The result was obvious. Those cities could not withstand the power of the Sword of Time. Every city was destroyed, and it showed everyone how powerful the Space-Time Temple was. Nothing could withstand the power of the divine weapon in front of the Sword of Time. A demon lord was killed in one strike. A great demon lord was killed in one strike. A peak demon lord was also killed in one strike. In front of the Sword of Time, any expert would pale in comparison. The speed of the siege began to pick up. The cities of the demon nation began to give up resisting. After more than a dozen cities were destroyed, no one thought they could withstand the power of the Sword of Time. They would be fools not to retreat. The Space-Time Temple Master can't wait anymore. A second-grade ultimate god treasure is indeed a second-grade ultimate god treasure. No one can stop it. Lin Fei had observed the Space-Time Temple Master's attack. The Sword of Time indeed had an irresistible time power. When the sword slashed out, it mobilized the power of time. The entire area was enveloped by the power of time, and its might was magnified infinitely. Within that area, only ultimate gods could withstand it. Experts below the ultimate god level could not withstand it. I'm going to speed up too. Lin Fei naturally would not give the space-time Temple Master a chance to take action, since he had already used such a divine weapon. He was very afraid of the space-time temple, as it was a hidden behemoth. After the space-time Temple Master showed his power, the speed of conquering cities from the three main routes increased, and they were almost on par with each other. The demon nation began to give up resisting and kept shrinking its forces. It only took them 53 years to conquer the 5 ancestral lands. If it was not for the space-time Temple Master, it would have taken at least 100 years. The real show had just begun when they reached the ancestral lands. Among the 5 ancestral lands of the demon nation, the first 4 were of average importance, while the last one was the most difficult to conquer. The first 4 ancestral lands could be said to be another barrier. When the Alliance army reached the ancestral lands, the first ancestral land was covered by a large array. Everyone looked over and could vaguely see the appearance of the ancestral lands. At the same time, there was a sharp and dangerous sound. The Great Alliance's camp. The Space-Time Palace Master gathered everyone for a meeting. Over the past few hundred years, the Great Alliance had suffered great losses. Countless heavenly gods had perished. It was the same for forces like the Dark Shadow Palace and the Massacre Court. When Lin Fei arrived, everyone was envious. Everyone knew that Lin Fei's left path was the easiest path to attack. It was said that the loss of 3,000 personal guards was negligible. Just based on this point, no one was willing to accept it. While everyone was envious and jealous, no one went up to greet sacred Lord Lin Fei. Offending the 3 major powers of the temporal temple definitely wouldn't end well. Everyone was well aware of this. After dealing with Mo Guizhou, the next target would be the Sacred Body Mountains Body Tempering School. Over the past few hundred years, everyone's impression of the Sacred Body Mountains' invincible technique couldn't be described in a few words. There were almost no casualties among the 3,000 guards. It was all because they had cultivated the invincible Devour. The Alliance had arranged for people to secretly check on them. At most, those guards were covered in wounds and looked terrible. But in the blink of an eye, they became lively again. From the moment they attacked to the ancestral land, Mo Guizhou had lost at least 1 million soldiers to his personal guards. This result was too shocking. When they encircled 1 million soldiers, their casualties were abnormally high. Usually a few or even a dozen of them encircled a few soldiers. Their chances of winning weren't high. Once they were heavily injured, there was basically no hope left. Everyone looked at sacred Lord Lin Fei with envy, jealousy, and hatred. If they had the invincible Devour, the situation wouldn't be like this. Sacred Lord Lin, your personal guards have become famous. Just like before, Jin Buhua came up to greet him with a smile. He didn't care what others thought of him. It's just a bad reputation. It's not worth mentioning. Lin Fei laughed. Your Jin Guang race isn't bad either. You've also killed your way to fame. The experts, led by Jin Buhua, had suffered heavy losses. Only after a few factions joined in did they barely manage to not lose. They were filled with envy when they saw Lin Fei. Hee, a bad reputation is good. Who would dare to look down on your Sacred Body Mountain now? As long as Sacred Lord Lin takes the personal guards out for a stroll, who wouldn't behave? Jin Buhua laughed evilly. Just look at them. Lin Fei glanced at them. They probably want this sacred lord to be unlucky. You've done a great job. Jin Buhua said. The Space-Time Palace Master was in a good mood. After using the Sword of Time, their progress was much faster. However, he knew that the Mo Guizhou hadn't lost a lot of soldiers. The first 5 ancestral lands were the hardest to conquer. The Alliance definitely wouldn't be able to withstand such losses. The Mo Guizhou had the Origin Deity's Lake, which could continuously nurture large numbers of soldiers. This was also why the Mo Guizhou country was able to stand tall. An endless number of enemies was the scariest. This was the capital of the Mo Guizhou country. when he saw Holy Lord Lin Fei and Invincible Jean walk in together. A trace of displeasure flashed through his heart. Invincible Jean was fine, but Holy Lord Lin Fei was just dawdling and not putting in any effort. Originally, he hoped that Lin Fei's personal guards would be the vanguard to share some of the pressure. However, it seemed like they were playing house. Lin Fei and Jean Buhua found a place to sit down. Lin Fei couldn't be bothered to care about the Space-Time Palace Master's expression. This wasn't the main camp of the Space-Time Palace. There was nothing to be afraid of. The system was monitoring them at all times. Since everyone is here, let's begin, the Space-Time Palace Master said calmly. At the beginning, the Space-Time Palace Master first talked about the achievements of the Alliance, such as certain forces, certain experts, and so on. As for Lin Fei and Jean Buhua, they were completely ignored. These aren't enough. The next battle will be our real battle. The Space-Time Palace Master's voice suddenly sank. I have a plan on how to attack the Ancestors' Land. For example, the first Ancestors' Land can be attacked by the Sacred Body Mountain. What do you think, Sacred Lord Lin? Lin Fei's expression was calm. Such a meeting definitely wouldn't bring him anything good. Since the Alliance leader thinks so highly of the Sacred Body Mountain, I will definitely do my best to attack the first city. Lin Fei stood up and said seriously, I definitely won't disappoint the Alliance leader. At this moment, Lin Fei was very obedient. The Space-Time Palace Master was indeed unhappy with Lin Fei. The Great Alliance's encirclement would definitely benefit the Sacred Body Mountain. After a few hundred years, they had nurtured a ferocious personal guard army. Fortunately, there were only 3,000 of them. This wasn't considered much. Chapter 30:137. The Space-Time Temple Master gave Lin Fei a mission. To be fair, he gathered a few other forces to conquer the second Ancestors' Land and divided the remaining 2 Ancestors' Land. At the same time, he promoted the Sacred Body Mountain Imperial Guards. In the words of the Space-Time Palace Master, the strongest group in the Great Alliance was the Sacred Body Mountain Guard Army. Sacred Lord Lin naturally wanted the more capable people to do the most work. In other words, the Sacred Body Mountain Guard Army was the strongest. Inadvertently, the Sacred Body Mountain School of Physique Tempering had become the main force in the Great Alliance. The Space-Time Temple Master even said that once the demonic country was conquered, he must give the Sacred Body Mountain School of Physique Tempering a great reward. A great hero. To Lin Fei, these words had no meaning at all. Was it overpraising? Lin Fei heard it clearly. As long as they failed to conquer the first Ancestors' Land, he would punish them in a thunderous manner. At the same time, he also heard that the Space-Time Temple Master praised the Imperial Guards as if he had taken a liking to them. Lin Fei was not surprised at all. The current Imperial Guards were in existence that everyone was afraid of. 30,000 demonic soldiers could not do anything in front of the 3,000 Imperial Guards. Instead, they would be defeated. Even the demon venerables would be the same. Those Imperial Guards were all lunatics. They were not afraid of death and would go crazy when it came to killing. After the meeting, the Space-Time Temple Master invited Lin Fei to stay for a meal. This made the leaders of the affiliated forces extremely envious. Sacred Lord Lin, you are our hope this time. Don't disappoint us. The Space-Time Temple Master was looking forward to it. You are the main force this time. Lin Fei did not believe the Space-Time Temple Master's words. If he really treated him as the main force, he would have given him helpers. He would not let his 3,000 Imperial Guards fight alone. He was trying to exhaust them. Let's drink. The Space-Time Temple Master raised his glass with enthusiasm. Lin Fei had already asked Little Devil to scan it. He only dared to drink after making sure there was no danger. He had to be wary of this old fox. After drinking a few glasses of wine, Sacred Lord Lin, I heard that you're only one step away from the hierarch realm. It's not easy to become a hierarch. Just as well. Our temporal temple obtained a first-class ultimate god elixir some time ago. It's most suitable for body-tempering cultivators to break through to the ultimate god realm. The temporal temple master took the initiative to say, Lin Fei had heard of the divine pill before. It was a pill that was almost extinct. Once consumed, the success rate of advancing to the ultimate god realm was very high. There was at least a 70 to 80% chance. There was also a downside to the elixir. It was almost impossible to break through the ultimate god realm after a breakthrough, as it would consume one's potential. Even so, everyone was still willing to take the divine supreme elixir. Side effects were side effects. At the very least, he could break through to the ultimate god realm. Lin Fei thought to himself, sure enough, there's nothing good about keeping me here. Giving me elixir pills? Haha, I'm already an ultimate god expert, and my body has become an ultimate god. Thank you for your kind intentions, Alliance Leader, but I'll pass on the divine supreme pill. A holy lord of the body tempering school would never consume any pills unless they broke through on their own. Lin Fei said seriously, That's right, you guys are body cultivators. The space-time temple master laughed. Lin Fei left. The space-time temple master put down his wine cup. This guy is really cunning. He shook his head and rejected the divine supreme elixir. Do you really think it's that easy to break through to the ultimate god realm? The last time he tried to ambush Lin Fei, he did not succeed. Among the information he brought back, there were suspicions about Lin Fei becoming an ultimate god. The space-time temple master did not believe it was true. It was not that easy to become an ultimate god. There were no shortcuts. This was also the reason why the Sacred Body Mountain had always been unpopular. It was a well-known fact that it was easy to become an ultimate god with emperor intent. Temple Master, they're here. There was a fluctuation in the void as an ultimate god descended. It was ultimate god Shi Tianhuang who ambushed Lin Fei. That's great. The space-time temple master stood up. Follow me to welcome them. After Lin Fei came out, he left the base camp and returned to his own camp. Master, the surveillance showed that the space-time temple master has left. Within 3 billion miles, there were a few powerful auras. According to the analysis, they are ultimate gods. There are a total of 5 of them. Little Devil's voice was heard. With a large amount of energy accumulated, the system's coverage was getting bigger and bigger. Under such surveillance, Lin Fei was not worried that someone would sneak up on him. As long as the other party moved, he would know. Wow, is this a secret killer move? Lin Fei was quite curious. If the space-time temple master went to welcome them, they must have a powerful background. I wonder who is coming. Turn on the surveillance for me. I want to take a good look. Now, the system had the ability to easily monitor everything. As long as the energy consumption could keep up, there was nothing that Little Devil could not monitor. Space-time Temple Master, let's see what tricks you're playing. Lin Fei squinted his eyes. The imp projected a screen, followed by an image. It was a mountain range with towering trees. On a lone peak, 7 people appeared. 2 of them were people that Lin Fei recognized. They were the Space-Time Temple Master and Shi Tianhuang. Space-Time friend, we are not late, right? Other than the 2 of them, there were 5 other ultimate gods in black armor. They were all expressionless. Even the leader spoke with a voice as cold as ice. We are not late. We are just in time. Ha ha ha. Space-Time Temple Master laughed. Since you are here, the war can begin. Encircling the demon motherland. I am looking forward to it. The leader of the black-armored ultimate god said. Space-Time friend, are you sure about that matter? Is it really on the demon motherland side? It is highly possible. Space-Time Temple Master's face turned solemn. Lin Fei frowned. After listening for a while, he could not figure out who the 5 ultimate gods were. The leader of the group didn't speak much either. Lin Fei could only make out what they were plotting. Damn, 5 ultimate gods. Where did they come from? I don't believe that I can't find out who you are. Lin Fei squinted his eyes. I wonder what will happen if I tell this news to the demon 33 countries king. From his point of view, be it Space-Time Temple Master or the demon motherland of the demon 33 countries king, they were not good people. The former was plotting against him. Now that they needed him, once they dealt with the demon motherland, they would definitely target him. Especially in the past few hundred years, they had easily created a ferocious guard army. It was a threat to anyone. To deal with such a danger, they had to eliminate the source. For example, they had to suppress Lin Fei. For example, they had to obtain the invincible Devour. Lin Fei naturally would not sit around and wait for orders. He had to find trouble for Space-Time Temple Master. For example, they could reveal some information at an appropriate time. Chapter 30-138. Monitor, continue monitoring. Lin Fei was very curious about the background of these 5 ultimate gods. The Space-Time Temple Master was very polite to them and treated them as equals. They did not seem to be ultimate gods from the Space-Time Temple because they did not have the time and space aura of the Emperor's will. All they had was an unfamiliar aura. Could they be ultimate gods from the Black Domain Mountain? The number of ultimate gods in the Saint Spirit world could be counted on one hand. That was under the condition that they were unaware of it. However, there were still quite a number of ultimate gods who were aware of it. For example, the Space-Time Temple had a total of 14 ultimate gods. Even if some of them used divine, venerable elixirs, they were still one of the ultimate gods. Lin Fei believed that these people were definitely from the Black Domain Mountain. The Space-Time Temple Master did not talk for long with the 5 ultimate gods before he left. He did not reveal any secrets from the beginning to the end. After the Space-Time Temple Master left, the leading ultimate god's eyes narrowed as he looked around. Big brother, what are you looking at? Is there something wrong with our surroundings? Asked a slightly younger ultimate god. It seems like something is spying on us. The ultimate god frowned as he could not find any traces within his search range. Big brother, are you mistaken? We are all ultimate gods, who can spy on us from the side. Yeah, with the 5 of us working together, even a second-class ultimate god has to step aside. Who would dare to find trouble with us? Big brother must be overthinking. No one would dare to spy on us when we travel outside. Moreover, the strongest people outside are the Space-Time Temple and the Heavenly Feather Clan. The leading ultimate god retracted his divine senses. Maybe we are overthinking. The Glory Sect. Lin Fei was shocked when he finally heard the news he wanted to hear. The Space-Time Temple had invited the White Tiger tribe from the Black Domain Mountain, and now they were colluding with the Glory Sect. It was very shocking. What is the Space-Time Temple Master trying to do? The Black Domain Mountain was already amazing enough, and now they were related to the Glory Sect. Was he trying to have a foot in 2 boats? Lin Fei wanted to know more, but the 5 ultimate gods from Glory Sect left the scene and hid in the Yuan-Mia world. The system's power was amazing, but in the elemental destruction world, it consumed a lot of energy. Lin Fei just removed it and didn't pay attention to it unless they came out. They are hiding inside. They are most likely going to launch a sneak attack. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. If they're here for the Origin Divine Pool. Lin Fei frowned slightly. This was a rather worrisome matter. After Glory Sect's godly venerables could no longer monitor the situation, Lin Fei turned to monitor the Space-Time Hall Master. Previously, Lin Fei had not planned to do so. Now that another top-tier power had intervened, Lin Fei had no choice but to start making preparations. He could not allow himself to fall into the other party's trap. The Space-Time Palace Master didn't have any good news for the time being. That fellow seemed to be a tight-lipped person. Other than closing his eyes to rest, he didn't seem to have anything to say. After monitoring for a while, he didn't find anything. This was not a small disappointment for Lin Fei. Lin Fei was very interested in the origin divine pool of the demon country. It was a Tier 8 ultimate god treasure with 3 layers of space. Just thinking about it made him excited. If someone really went to snatch it, Lin Fei's chances would be reduced. Master, the surveillance just showed the Demon King entering the demon country's ancestral land. Little Devil sent a message. The Demon King is here too. Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. Why is this fellow here too? Weren't they fighting fiercely? Did they form an alliance for a short period of time? This is getting more and more interesting. The Demon King was the #1 tonic that Lin Fei had cultivated. The Demon King had also cultivated the invincible devouring technique. Turn on the screen. Let me take a look first. Lin Fei was also preparing to go to the demon country's ancestral land. With the space transformation bracelet, Lin Fei could really come and go as he pleased. As soon as the screen unfolded, the Demon King and the demon country ruler were sitting together. Lin Fei's eyes narrowed slightly. He actually broke through. This fellow is really fast. Could it be that he used the power of the origin divine pool? Since their last meeting, Lin Fei had not seen the Demon 33 Heavenly Country Lord again. Now, the Demon 33 Heavenly Country Lord had actually become a hierarch with his body rippling with demonic flames. Congratulations, Demon Country Ruler. You've stepped into the ultimate god realm. You're now a first-class ultimate god. The Demon King sipped his tea and smiled at the Demon Country Ruler. The Demon Country Ruler said faintly, "It's no surprise that I've become an ultimate god. But I'm afraid it won't take long for you to become a second-class ultimate god." "I still can't hide it from the Demon Country Ruler." The Demon King laughed. "It's not that easy to become a second-class ultimate god. There aren't many second-class ultimate gods in the entire Saint Spirit domain. Only the Black Domain has a third-class ultimate god. However, compared to the Umber continent back then, the difference in strength is too great." Lin Fei was secretly shocked when he heard this. The Demon King still had a trick up his sleeve, becoming a second-class ultimate god. "By the way, how's the preparation going?" The Demon King asked. "They're all here and ready to attack the ancestors' land. Some forces from the Black Domain should be here too. I wonder how many big fishes will come. I'm really looking forward to it." The Demon King said gloomily, "I'm afraid they won't believe that the fight between us is actually a conspiracy." The Demon King was slightly proud. "We've spent a lot of effort to trick them. The Space-Time Temple Master must not have thought of this trick. The Sword of Time is a top-grade treasure. Did Lin Fei fall for it?" The Demon Country Ruler said, "This guy is too good at causing trouble. This time we'll teach him a lesson. The Demon Country is not a place he can come and go as he pleases." Lin Fei listened quietly. He finally heard what he was most concerned about. What the hell? The Demon Country Ruler and the Demon King did it on purpose. What a big game of chess. The Glory Sect and the Black Domain Mountain are going to suffer a big loss this time. Lin Fei's whole body trembled. From their tone, he could tell that they were very confident about this plan. Even if the 5 ultimate gods from the Glory Sect were involved, they would lose a layer of skin even if they didn't die. Too ruthless. The Demon King and the Demon Country Ruler stopped there. After sitting for a while, the Demon King took his leave. Before he left, the two discussed the countermeasures again. It was nothing more than to exhaust the Demon Country's strength and lure them into the trap. The demon soldiers and demon generals were all exhausted. Lin Fei could tell what was going on. Should I trick the Demon King? Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. It was not easy to find such a big secret. It would be a pity if he did not plan it.